Saturday Night Virus begins now.
This is as disorganized as it comes.
And now, Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. No reading, no research, just strong opinions.
I like that intro music, man. It's nice and, like, drugged out.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, makes me feel like what my brain is really thinking when I sit on the couch. Anyways, here we go. Welcome to, what is this, the third edition of Uninformed with yours truly, Bill Burr, and the wonderful Joe DeRosa.
Hello, Bill.
Just do a little recap here for people, considering this is our third show and we're not being mobbed by people when we walk down the street. I figured it'd be a good idea to kind of give people a recap of the show. This is basically a show for people who don't read like us, yet they feel somehow that they know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's what's going to be going on here for the next 3 hours. We'll be backing up all opinions with percentages. Is that my mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Listen to that thing.
Jesus Christ, are you just bringing like the cheap-ass ones when we come in here?
I thought it was some zany sound effect.
No,
that he was
we haven't got to that level. Yeah, like personally, I like to go with like 90%. Anytime I have any sort of, you bring up any fucking topic, I'm going with 90%. Like,
I know.
You bring up Egyptians, and I'll be like, 90% of them smell, and that's why I take the bus.
And I, myself, am Egyptian, so I would disagree with that. And the percentage I would use, the percentage technique I would use, is I would like to start with 90, but then I reel it back. Makes it more believable.
You go with the misdirection percentage.
Exactly. 90, 72%.
Yeah, all right. So, so we're going to be, we haven't read anything. We're going to discuss shit. And we're typical Americans, and we might argue with each other, but we don't hate each other, right, Joe?
I love you deeply, but we do fight quite a bit. Bill and I fight quite a bit. And Bill, you're the only person that I can argue with that doesn't yell at me for yelling, because I get into an argument, I get intense, I start yelling a little bit, and every other pussy in my life, Joe, relax, you're yelling, and it's no, you're being a fucking pussy. You take it like a man, which is what I like about you.
I don't like how you just set that up, like you're just constantly winning these arguments and you're screaming at me.
No. I'm saying you.
Well, I mean, do you get that shit? I get this a lot. Like, I don't even feel like I'm yelling. This happens a lot with the women in my life, and then they'll just be like, stop yelling. Like, I'll literally be going like, you just asked me that like 3 minutes ago, and they consider that yelling.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
This is yelling. I fucking told you! That's yelling.
Exactly.
Where I come from, right?
Exactly. I dated a girl that used to cover her ears. Like, if it got to that level, just even like, cut it out right now. I'm sitting like that level of yelling. She would cover her ears and lie on the couch in the fetal position and shake her head and go, no, stop it. And it was, and that
which would make you feel like a bully.
No, all it did was make me yell more. It's like, would you stop covering your fucking ears? Grow up, My point is, you would never cover your ears.
You take it to a whole nother level. You really take it to a whole nother level.
That might have been a little abusive, that one.
You're speaking in your bar voice.
Yeah,
That's all it is. So, also, we're really trying to be a little more professional here. Actually, give out the phone number. If you want to call in at any point during this 3-hour train wreck, and you want to call in and comment on any of the shit that we're talking about, this is the phone number. Call 866-WOW1-WOW. That's confusing. 866-WOW, the number 1, WOW. And I guess that's 866-969-1969. And God knows people couldn't remember all those fucking digits.
Yeah.
So,
and call in. We're actually going to be taking calls on a bunch of different stuff tonight, obviously. But one of the things that we're very excited about is the first ever Uninformed after party.
First ever Uninformed after party is going to be going down tonight. Actually, Dan, do we have that promo?
Yeah.
Sure. It's going to be a nice little soiree. And, why don't you give out the information for that? Because, if you want to come and hang with us at the end of the show, come out and have a couple drinks with the stars of this unbelievable radio show.
Yes, and this is really happening. We're having an after party, so make sure you get out to it tonight if you're in the area.
Yeah, let's say the promo.
Tonight, get your fucking assholes down to the motherfucking after party of the 07, son. Come on down to the club, the Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. Dress to impress, you stupid bitch. It's gonna be blazing. We got beer, booze, pretzels, and music if you got the quarters. You heard me? And yo, they got bathrooms with toilets and motherfucking sinks. So get there early for the paper towels, baby. That's right. The uninformed after party is going down, son. Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. Bill to the Burr, Joe motherfucking DeRosa, the after party of the century. It's gonna be jumping off at Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. And yo, the kitchen's gonna be closed, so leave your motherfucking appetites at home. One.
Yeah, so we got that going on.
Yeah.
Right after the show, right? Collins Bar?
Yeah, and that was a friend of mine. His name's Bernard Valentine. He's from the rap group Deep.
Oh yeah, out of Philly.
Yeah.
Out of Philly. Yeah. So make sure that you come down to the after party.
After party.
Right after the end of the show. Down at the Collins Bar.
The Collins Bar.
For the first ever uninformed after party.
And I like the
after party.
I like the
That's so fucking annoying.
I like the Collins Bar because it's a nice, small, dingy, dark bar that reminds you as to why you drink in the first place. It's it's not one of these bright. It's not one of these bright pussy fests. It's a nice, depressing, little dank place.
Yeah, you're going to undermine the whole hype you just did for the after party.
No, they have
incredible place. Yeah,
there's bathrooms with toilets in them. So
come on down. All right, let's get on with the fucking show here. I got to talk about the first thing that's been annoying the hell out of me. I went to. You told me to go see that Pan Labyrinth.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, like Nazis and like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
is all kind of combined. Well, I go to the movie right now. I'm not, I went down on 42nd Street, the AMC movie theater down there, and that is just like fucking ground zero for the biggest morons on like the planet. Like I remember you told me when you went there, the part of the movie where someone was getting killed and there's just people like screaming and laughing and shit.
And it wasn't just the one part where the guy gets killed he gets his face busted and whatever. Every time somebody got killed, there was a group of dudes literally like dumbass, and it was ridiculous. It was
how many like murderous thoughts. I can't go out to the fucking movies anymore. I'm sitting there and I'm looking down. This guy was doing even worse than like yelling out. He kept mumbling after everything. He had like a really deep voice, so he just kept going. You just kept hearing like throughout the whole movie, right? And I literally shushed somebody. I felt like the biggest fag ever. I never do that. I literally went like shh, right? And then like 2 seconds later, I go, why did I just do that? And then I hear him. I just go, shut up. Right. And the guy looks at me. Now I'm like looking at this guy, trying to size him up. Like, am I going to fight this guy? And I realize this guy, he's like 45 fucking years old.
Right.
It's like, how do you not know that at this point? Dude, I'm going to say this right now. And for everybody out there, I don't know if you agree with me or not. I really think that they should have fucking segregated movie theaters. Not by race, not by anything else, but just for people who shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah,
and for people who don't. If you're gonna talk through the whole fucking movie, you know what kills me too, dude, is when you actually bring it up to people to shut the fuck up.
Right.
They have this look on their face like they can't even comprehend that anywhere in their head that they're in the wrong.
Because somebody that's 45 years old, that's still so stupid that they're going to talk in the movies, has never been reprimanded and their shit has never been thrown in
why would you go? But look, I can see if I went to go see the Texas Chainsaw Massacres. That's the kind of thing I expect people to yell out. You're not really going to miss much of the plot. I mean, the chainsaws are so fucking loud, you're not going to miss any dialogue anyways. But it's like, who the fuck goes to see Pan Labyrinth? Or whatever the hell it's called. I don't want to go to it. My girl took me to the stupid thing. It ended up being a good movie. And you talk through.
This is what pisses me off about it, is like you said, you go, shh, and then you feel like a douchebag. And the reason you feel like a douchebag is because when you shush somebody else in that situation, you realize how old you really are. And you're a hair away from going, hey, there's a time and a place. You know what I mean?
Inside voices.
Yeah, so it's like...
No, there's just something so unmanly about shushing somebody anyways. It's just like, I don't know. We could actually take some, somebody literally typed in, where's the after party?
You didn't catch it. It's 8 times in the fucking...
It's at Collins Bar on 46th.
No,
and 8th.
Collins Bar, 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. There's a big neon sign out front that just says bar in red. So we don't have to take that call.
Exactly, yeah, it's the kind of thing where you actually, you're going to pick up a divorcee tonight and possibly an STD. But whatever, I don't know. We're talking about segregated movie theaters. I think it's time you bring segregation back. I'm not talking about... I'm not talking about water fountains, and I'm not talking about skin color. My thing is you can't shut the... Either that, dude. You know what they should have? They should just have, like these big... Like, you know that thing, those glass things that you put over a piece of cake and, like, a bakery? You should just be able to set... They should just set those over fucking morons. And you know what I mean? And then I don't know, the floor drops up, and then they just go to another, and they just pop up in like fucking Norbit or something.
No floor drops out. It sucks all the oxygen out, and they fucking die inside of the glass.
Sucks all the no. There's just enough oxygen in there so they can breathe, and they can't talk.
And it's like the end of Star Trek too.
Oh, and the quiet people get to control the oxygen. You got like a nozzle. Dude, if you thought of the fucking murderous... I actually literally had like murderous thoughts, like I wish I had like an ice pick, and I actually fantasized about stabbing this guy in the jugular. Not just for me, for everybody else in the movie theater, and then somehow they weren't going to rat me out, and I was going to walk up to that front exit and just like a hero be like, enjoy the movie, everybody, and I was going to walk out.
Yeah, that's one of those things where like you want the person to die, but not die in like a regular way. You want them to die in a fucking weird, creepy way. Like you want to push them off of a balcony or something.
No, you want them to know that they're going to die and think about why they're dying.
Yeah.
And right when they think they're going to die, you wait a second and then you make them die.
I like to think about shit like that, like creepy ways. Like
totally.
My favorite one is I always picture somebody I hate climbing a tree, and then they fall out of the tree, and their teeth hit a branch on the way down, and just the top part of their head gets ripped off, and the rest of their body walks around with their tongue going like blah, 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 like that. I love that.
I like that. Then you drive a spike into the fucking tongue to shut them up. Here's a great thing. Somebody just wrote in, where are the ushers these days? What a great point.
Yeah, that is a good point. And especially in that theater. That's my favorite theater in Manhattan because that theater, it's gigantic and it makes me feel like when I was a kid and you're going to the movies and it's huge and it's this big event. That movie theater should have ushers especially. I agree with that.
Yeah, and they should come in with flashlights. And the first time they flash it in your eyes, that burns your retinas a little bit, right? And the second time, if you talk a little bit too much, they just beat you with it.
Well, and that's what kills me is they don't have anybody to police the aisles in the theater to get somebody to shut the fuck up so you can enjoy your $20 extravaganza at the movies. But the cunt tearing tickets always knows when I bought the fucking senior ticket to try to save $2. You know what I mean? Like,
and you could probably pull it off with that sweater.
I like the sweater. This is my Lower East Side.
Hey, how about this? Like, here's some suggestions. All right, maybe not segregated movie theaters. What if you just had, like, in the back of your seat, right? You had a chloroform rag, okay? And if the person in front of you is talking, it's on you. You just fucking you just choke them out. You just put them out. You wake them up during the credits.
See, you know what, dude? I think that would work. And I've been lucky, man. Every time, like when I saw Pan's Labyrinth and those guys were laughing, I yelled at them to shut up. And everybody in the theater got behind me, and they started yelling out. And it was hilarious, because there was a really gay guy in front of me. And he goes, "Oh, God, shut it," like that. So it was hilarious, because I was like...
That was your coalition?
Yeah, I was like, if it goes down, he's got my back, but he's useless.
Here's
like,
a call right here. We got a guy, this guy, Chris. He said he told the guy... Hey, Chris, what's up? You're on Uninformed. You have a loud movie theater story here, or what?
Yes, sir, I sure do. I was in a movie theater, and they were doing previews and everything. This group of kids way down in the front were talking. This one kid was standing up talking to this girl, and he was leaning over talking, talking real loud, and the credits started to roll for the movie to start. And I looked at him, and I said, I went up to the top, and I said, you need to sit down. And he just kind of kept talking. So I got up from my seat. I walked down to his aisle where he was standing at. I said, you have 5 seconds to sit down and shut up. And he just kind of looked at me, and I started counting. 5, 4, and after 3, he was sitting down, looking at me like, okay, I'm sitting down. I walked back up. Nobody said a word.
I like how he was calling you bluff, though. He took you all the way to the countdown.
What movie was it?
Oh, man.
What movie?
I don't remember. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. But I was just sick and tired of them talking, you know?
No, really, like...
What's that?
I'm saying, don't like murderous thoughts go through your head? How there's never been a murder in a fucking movie theater? Just like somebody who really loves cinema and has like a permit to carry, or just, you know, like some sort of Bernie Getz shit has never gone on.
Maybe that's why. Remember when Boys in the Hood came out and New Jack City people were getting murdered in the theater?
Oh yeah, that's
maybe
right.
that's why. They never solidified exactly why people were getting shot in the theater. Maybe too many people were yelling at the screen.
Yeah, in those movies. Yeah, I would go on. I'd go on a limb and say there was a lot of yelling. All right, Chris, thanks for calling in. We got to start like a coalition of people that just go to good movies. We got to hire some heavies.
Well, dude, I mean, you know, and it's like you said, of all the movies, like you'd think, okay, Pan's Labyrinth, it's a fairy tale movie, it's a little historical, it's got subtitles. Mm-hmm. Who's going to yell out?
That's another thing, too. There was subtitles. That's what I want to hear people calling in. I want to hear I want to hear stories. I want to hear, like, Charles Bronson shit that actually happened, where you actually just... Dude, I swear to God, like, I was literally, like, wanted to square off with this guy, like, just fantasizing. He had this V-neck on. I was going to fucking grab him, and I was going to toss him, like... Well, right onto innocent people. I mean, granted, in my head, that's how it was going to work. Rather than both of us rolling down the aisle, and I would have been all sticky. He probably had a lawsuit or something.
Yeah. Well, who's on the line there with a?
Here's a guy said he literally threw. Let's see. Go to Mike. Mike in Long Island. Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you're on Uninformed. What happened to you in the movie theater?
How's it going, Bill? Basically, me and a bunch of my friends went to go see a movie, and you know. There was about 4 or 5 guys in front of us, couldn't stop talking, throwing shit into, you know, other people's seats, wouldn't shut up. So, you know what? I said something, and then a bunch of the guys next to me, big guys I haven't met before, you know, they started saying stuff, and the other guys started to get loud, got in our face, and asked us to go to the sign. So once they saw us in the light, we actually just took them out and pushed them through the door, all 4 of them. And the whole movie theater went nuts. It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
You sure you weren't watching Rocky? Yeah. There was a lot of guys in that story. I got a little lost, but I kind of got the gist of it.
And what movie was this? I want to know what movie it is every time, like with these stories. Like, what movie are you willing to fight for? Because, you know, if it was like, you know... I could see going to bat for, like, Bill, so like the new Rocky, or maybe one of the Star Wars movies. But, I mean, if you're jumping out of your seat for Notting Hill... You know, just fucking walk out at that point.
My brother works at the movie theater, so I see movies all the time, and it's just, it was just one of those movies we had to see. All I could tell you is one of those movies you were like, you know what, this is not that bad. I can sit back and watch this, you know what I mean?
What movie was it, though? Did he say it? I can't.
Oh, man.
What was it? You don't know it. I'm sorry.
It might have been Crank.
Crank. Ooh, that movie sucked.
Oh, here's a guy. I want to talk to this guy. This guy's actually, Mike, thanks for calling in, man. Here's a guy's actually admitting that he's an asshole during a movie. Don.
Subtitle.
Don, what's going on, man?
Hey.
What's up?
Let me ask you, this is actually a more interesting angle as far as, are you one of the guys who talks during movies? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, depending on the movie. It's more or less, you know, a comedy show, and I'll sit there and I'll laugh with my buds and shit.
You what?
You know,
Could you please hang up on this guy?
Yeah, he stinks.
I literally already made that point. Well, it depends on what the movie is. I already said if it's fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't give a shit. If it's a monster movie, or if even a fucking, like some broad comedy, who gives a shit? But if there's subtitles...
I can't, but I gotta say, dude, I can't take it for any movie. I get annoyed in movies, like, you'll go see a comedy, and people... are laughing too much. You're like, it's not that fucking funny. Like, I saw something about Mary in the theater, very funny movie, but it got to a point where I was like, come on, guys, it's not this fucking funny.
Yeah, and then you start having murderous thoughts.
I remember seeing Independence Day, that pile of shit in the theater. Remember the scene where Randy Quaid does the kamikaze thing? Like, the shot as he's flying up in the air, he's like, all right, this is for my country. The whole theater's like cheering, and I'm like, you fucking douchebags. Like, it's just you patriotic douchebags. It's, you know, any overenthusiasm in a movie annoys me. You know, act like a fucking grown-up. You've seen 100 movies.
This is why you're in this business. You're trying to get famous so you can afford your own home theater. At that point, you'll be yelling at the Mexican health.
Which will only show movies that I make it in. And that's it.
All right, whatever. Let's move on here. What's the next topic? Oh, here's something. We're kind of winging it here up top. Just some shit just came up. I was watching this guy last night on ESPN, Joe. I know you're not a big sports fan, but there's this guy in the NBA, this John, I don't know. He retired like 5 years ago, John and Mechie. I don't know. He's basically the first like NBA player to come out and admit that he's a homosexual. Now, personally, before I give my opinions on this, I want you to know I have no problem with a player being openly gay. Right. Give him a shoe contract. I don't give a shit. As long as he's productive for the team I like, I don't give a fuck. And I was totally going with this guy until he got to the point where he started saying that he felt that, like they said, well, what about showering after the game?
Right.
And he goes, and, you know, people were concerned about you coming into an openly gay player coming into the shower, and he starts going, oh, you know, he has an English accent, you know, which obviously I can't do if you listen to those promos. He basically said, well, you know, I don't think that would be, that's just another level of ignorance for people to feel as though, you know, he was basically saying that was ignorant of a straight person. And I think they should have separate showers.
I don't. Who cares? Is the gay guy going to try to fuck you in the shower?
No, I mean, this is one. Okay. Well, if he can do that, if a gay guy can go into a fucking shower with straight guys, all right?
Yeah.
Then why can't I go into a shower with a bunch of women?
Because here's the difference. There's anatomical differences, obviously, and I can understand that women have things that they need to tend to on their bodies that they might feel embarrassed for the opposite sex.
Are you trying to get laid right now?
No.
What kind of a point was that?
What I'm saying is...
Women have to tend to things? What are they, douching in the shower?
If some chick is on the rag or she's got to shave her clam down the fucking shower, she might not want to...
Don't try to talk tough now because you were fucking on the women's side. You just see what he did there, Danny? What a fucking pussy.
You got me. You did.
You know, because, you know, women need to tend to things. Yeah, and I'm going to do the over-the-top fucking effeminate voice. Because you all of a sudden went into this John Wayne slang. He literally grabbed his belt buckle. Yeah, because, you know, they're going to shave their twats down there.
You can't. I can't deny it. That's exactly what I did.
No,
I felt my penis softening up a little bit on the first comment. I went hard in the second one.
This is what's I think is bullshit about this. It's heterosexual like males is basically no one gives a fuck if you're uncomfortable. It's all about making the other person uncomfortable. That gay dude is going into a fucking shower, okay? This guy is trying to act... Shut up. This guy is trying to act... Your eyebrows said you were going to talk. Just listen to me.
I'm listening. Go.
This guy tried to say that, like, when he went to the shower, it's totally professional and blah, blah, blah. He is so fucking full of shit, okay? He's standing in the shower, okay? You got dudes, they're fucking 0% body fat. The NBA guys, they got their dicks down to their knees. You're telling me he's not looking... That's like you go showering with in a fucking penthouse shower with all the playmates and all that crap, and you're not going to look, hey, ladies, great game. Thanks for the pass.
All right. Look, I'll give you the point on the, well, if he can be in there, then maybe... look, here's my thing. I studied theater in college, okay? And I was in many circumstances backstage during a play in front of gay men having to get changed. And there were times when the gay men said flirtatious things to me. You know what? I was fucking flattered. It didn't bother me at all. The guy wasn't grabbing my cock. He wasn't trying to make out with me.
All right. Okay. Now, this is the thing. You're saying it doesn't bug you, but my fucking point is for the people who it does bother. See, nobody gives a shit. There's a lot. I bet there's a lot of women out there wouldn't give a fuck if a dude came in and showered, but there's a bunch of them who do.
But the problem is, dude, when you get into you may not give a fuck, but this guy might give a fuck, then how soon do you slide down the slope?
You're missing my point.
But how soon do you slide down the slope and then some guy goes, well, I don't want to shower with black guys.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. No. You just jumped into race. We're just talking about a guy. Dude, are you telling me this guy is not, like, living the fucking dream life? Dude, his life is basically, this would be the equivalent, okay, Joe? I get to play for the fucking, New England Patriots. I get a Super Bowl ring, and at the end of it, I get to shower with a bunch of fucking playmates.
You know what, the way I'm looking at this is, and this is why I disagree with you, is it's not showering with a bunch of playmates that you have a shot to fuck. Do you see what I'm saying? It would be like there being a group of women that have made it very clear to you that there is no way that they will sleep with you, and in fact, they kind of find you gross. If you were showering with all those women, you wouldn't be sitting there looking at them, and you'd be self-conscious. You'd be like, all right, I'm just going to shower and get out of here. I think that guy's going to feel more uncomfortable if he gets to shower with the straight guys. He's going to feel uncomfortable because he's going to feel like they don't want me in here. They think I want to fuck all of them.
Dude, no. You know. But you're telling me, dude, that guy never went home. And he never called one of his gay friends and he said, oh, let me tell you about Karl Malone. Ooh, does he got a dick on him. You're telling me he never did that shit. He's full of shit. He is fucking full of shit. And this is this weird thing where you can't say I don't want to. Okay, You can't be like, I don't want to go into the shower with a gay guy, right? You can't say that if you're on the team. But if you say, yeah, I want to shower with a gay guy, then you're fucking weird. You got to have this phony fucking indifference that, like, oh, I wouldn't have a problem. Really, Joe? A 6'10" gay guy is going to be standing next to you, his fucking balls hanging down by your fucking nose, and you don't have a problem with it on any level.
How about this?
How about you how about you listen to my opinion?
I'm listening to your point.
You're not. You're going, how about this?
No,
Every fucking thing I'm saying.
Point. I got what you're saying, but how about this?
Why are you dressed like Roosevelt Franklin? Remember that black Muppet on fucking Sesame Street? Because I'm a Roosevelt Franklin.
I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I don't know, because then it can't hurt me. Listen, my point is this. Instead of having to create a whole new third fucking bathroom, or third and fourth bathroom and shower for now lesbian and gay people, and then straight men and straight women... Man up, take the fucking shower with the gay guy. Who gives a shit? Are you really that fucking threatened by it?
Did you just say man up?
Yeah, man up.
Man up, grab your ankles. Just fucking take one for the team.
That's what's happening.
No, you're missing, dude, I'm not, dude, this is what I'm talking about. It's all, there he is. There's Roosevelt Franklin. That's what the fuck you're dressed like, right there.
Nobody can see it. This is radio.
This is for
I don't
you.
give a shit.
This is for fucking
you. All right, fine. Thank you. I have the same hair, too.
Okay. What is this guy? They don't have person... All right. We got to take a couple calls. Maybe I'm... Okay. Can we I at least try to make this one point as far as, like, I feel that the gay guy is having his cake and eat it. Where he gets to go in the shower, all right? He gets to check out these dudes, which there's no fucking way you're not, because he's a guy. He's going into some place where there's a bunch of stuff that he wants to fuck. The same, dude, that's like you going to a strip club, you're not going to look around. Even if you don't approve, they're exploiting women. At some point, you're going to look at somebody's twat. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but you got to let some...
We got to take a caller.
Let me make this point right before that.
What?
You got to let some shit slide. You got to give them a little leeway. They've been abused for a long time, and it's just like in the 90s when black comedy became famous. We let a lot of black comics make fun of white people with a free pass, and we said, well, we fuck with them for a long time. Let them have a free ticket. I think there's a little bit of the same of that. Let them have a free fucking pass. We fuck with these guys forever.
Dude, you know what the problem is? Maybe it isn't a big fucking deal, but don't act like you're not fucking looking at Michael Jordan's ball bag. That's all I'm saying. You know what? Let's go to this guy, Ted.
Okay.
Ted in Denver. I want to talk to this guy. Ted.
Hey, what's up, Ellie?
What's going on, man? What are your feelings on this?
I agree with you 100%. And it's not that I'm scared. I don't give a fuck if I'm showering with the fags. I don't care. But it's not fucking fair because I want to be in a room full of chicks, whether they're going to fuck me or not.
Yeah, why can't I have that option?
Later,
this guy sounds super open-minded, by the way.
Hey, I got no problem with it, but you want to be fucking fair, all the equal rights, this fucking bullshit, then fucking let me go.
Yeah, I don't understand, like, why it's always like everybody else has to, like, what if you are uncomfortable? What if you just are uncomfortable? Why are you gonna go, well, fucking deal with it, man? Then your argument is sitting there going, well, then we'll have to make, we gotta make concessions to everybody. You're dealing with one guy on the team, now everybody's gotta fucking deal with it.
I can't understand the logic of, I've got no problem being in a room full of swinging dicks, but if there's a gay guy in there, I'm uncomfortable. You've got no problem being surrounded by cock from every fucking angle.
When did I say that?
But my point is, but as soon as a gay guy is in there too, now all of a sudden it's fucking weird?
Because you're not thinking you're gonna get fucked.
I don't want to...
You're not thinking someone's looking at your dick. And dude, if you're gonna tell me a guy is gay and he's fucking into that shit, he's gonna fucking be looking, which is why women would never shower with you, because your fucking point in the beginning, where you're going like, oh, I feel uncomfortable, I have shit to fucking tend to.
I don't want to shower with a room full of men, period. I don't give a shit if there's a gay guy in there.
You're getting off the fucking topic.
No.
Dude, my point is that guy's full of shit, that he's acting like he's going into that shower. I just know how guys think. If I go into a shower and there's a bunch of whatever I want to fuck in there, I'm going to look. Well, and he's full of shit saying that he isn't.
But dude, but it changes the dynamic when they don't want to fuck you. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I mean? Like, if a bunch of chicks are going, like if you join the WNBA, right, and you're the only guy on the team.
Pam Anderson does not want to fuck me. If she gets naked, I'm looking, Joe.
But, dude, I'm telling you, man, you'd feel like a fucking creep, and you'd be so self-conscious about...
Wait, why you're like really into their fucking head, like, I'm just
saying, I know what it's like.
I think your mom just called in. Bill
mom?
And Joe need to stop fighting. You know what, Rob? Why don't you fucking go shower with a gay guy in your
niece? And who posted the fucking Muppet picture on the thread? You fucking cunt, Danny. You're supposed to be on my side.
It wasn't me.
Who did it?
That was Fuckwit.
fuckwit. These cocksuckers.
All right, here's a guy. First time he gets a boner, he's out.
Will somebody post a picture of Beaker, because that's who Billy looks like? Can we get a fucking anything?
You know, you went really hacky there. Your reference was a Muppet Show, too?
I tried to think of another fucking Muppet that you look like, and I went red hair, red hair.
I don't know. I think somehow you're not... My point is, it's like, take like gay guys using like the bathroom or whatever. Okay? In a way, dude, that's kind of like a free strip club.
Oh.
You can kind of go, I'm just saying, dude. Then why can't you use the ladies' room? Do you understand that?
Because they're physically different. They have different parts. We're different.
Really?
But that's why, Bill.
I didn't realize that.
But that's why.
Explain okay, Joe.
There's a men's room and a ladies' room.
Joe,
That's it.
Joe, sit down.
I can't. My ass is sweaty. Already. We're 20 minutes into the fucking show. I'm sweating already.
Joe, my fucking point is this. All right, dude? You're just looking anatomically. I'm saying what you're physically attracted to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. This guy, in a way, is fucking having his cake and eating it. Do I really think that they should have another fucking stall? You know what? I think they should.
You do. That's where I disagree with you.
I do, because I don't understand why does everybody else have to fucking be uncomfortable on something stupid like that? And I said in the beginning, I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. I think it's fucking just naturally how you're born and all that type of shit. You have to take it to the fucking level of that shit?
Bill, so what's the solution? So this is my point. They're not going to build another shower room.
Yes, you should, with little shower
that's
curtain.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, guy, I feel like you're part of the team. Go in that little fucking hole and hose down. Take another call. I want to hear is there a call that supports my side of this? Probably not. Because there never is.
Let me see. What do we got here? Somebody's thanking for the credit advice from the last show. What do we got here?
It's got to be somebody.
Yeah, give me, let me see, Keith the trucker.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. These fucking pansies.
I don't know, maybe I'm a moron on this one. Let's go. Keith.
Yeah, hey, guys.
Yeah, what's going on?
My question about all this, when you were talking about the size of all the swinging dicks in the NBA, how many gay guys really fantasize about having a 16-inch beer can cock jammed up their ass? Jesus, you'd think they'd want somebody small... and even sucking it, they want a quart of cum blasting down their throat.
In some bizarre universe, are you agreeing with Joe?
What are you talking about?
I can't see them fantasizing about all those guys with these huge swinging dicks. It seems like, you mean to tell me gay guys get into having a 16-inch dick up their ass?
I have a question.
This really isn't what...
Why is everybody that ever calls in to agree with me just the most base level, useless support for my fucking argument? Why can't I ever get a professor that calls in and goes, hey, I'm a progressive thinker and, you know.
Oh, wait, here we go. Okay,
right.
Here's a guy. This is what I want to hear. I want to hear the other side. Sean.
Yes.
Dude, thanks so much for calling in. I want to know, am I being a moron here?
Yes, you are.
Okay, explain.
I'll explain to you. As a gay man,
okay.
When I go into a shower room or into a restroom with straight men, I ain't looking at nothing because I ain't going to get my ass kicked.
There you go.
Ah.
That's what I'm saying.
There's okay, that was your point there.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just basing this shit on, some of these New York sports clubs. It's like, I would like to use the steam room, too, but I don't want to go in there for the exact opposite reason.
And that's silly for people to do that, pick up other guys in steam rooms and straight.
Yeah, they literally have, signs hung up. So maybe that's where my fear of any sort of showers and gay people comes from, going to the gym. I'm just trying to get in shape here, man.
And, dude,
well,
it's just
I'm not looking to get my ass kicked, so...
It's like if you're a convicted... and I'm not saying gay guys are pedophiles, so just hold on. But I'm saying if you're a convicted pedophile and you got to do the Megan's Law thing and go door to door, and then you go to your neighborhood McDonald's and there's kids everywhere, you're not staring at the fucking kids. You're
all right, well, let me ask you this.
to get your fucking
well,
fries.
Let me ask Sean something. Sean.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. So, what about if after a while, if you're on like a team with a bunch of guys, you got to know everybody, everybody knows everybody, you're more comfortable. You're telling me you're never sneaking a peek?
I didn't say I wasn't going to sneak a peek every once in a while.
Thank you.
I'm going to look.
Thank you, sir. You just got your own shower.
You know what, though? Sean.
No, you know what? I see a little bit of both.
Okay, and the other thing is, too, do you really think this guy that came out is the only gay guy in the NBA? He's the
you know what, Joe? I do.
But do you know what I mean?
I think he's the only gay guy on the planet.
My point is...
I'm joking. That was sarcasm. Sorry.
But my
doesn't work on the internet or on radio.
My point is, just because you know this guy's gay, one of the other guys on the team is bound to be fucking gay. So just because one guy is out, and you know that there's probably another guy that's still sneaking the peaks.
There's only 11 guys on a basketball team.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't watch sports.
All right, Sean, I really appreciate you calling in because we can't have just a bunch of morons like me pontificating on a subject that we don't know anything about. But all right, but
Sean.
but he actually agreed a little bit on both sides. He said he'd sneak a peek. Just out of curiosity, Sean,
I really would.
Out of all the athletes out there, who would you like to shower with most?
None of them.
None of them?
I get my ass kicked.
No, I'm saying like you're fantasizing. You're in your head. Somehow you know karate, so everything's cool.
If he was into
Everything's cool. No, not really. Not into the sports guys at all. If I go out to the gym, it's nothing like that.
What, do you like plumbers?
Guys. I like little guys. I like the guys that aren't going to hit the gym at all.
Danny, our producer, is quite petite.
All right, we got to take a break. You're listening to Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks again for tuning in. We're going to be here until midnight talking shit. All right, we're going to a break.
Call Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa right now, 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969.
We're back. Welcome. You just tuned in. You're listening to Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa, the third episode here. Dude, I feel good after that, man. That was a nice argument.
Yeah, it was good. And it was nice.
I was glad that gay dude called in because I want to have some sort of a balanced show here.
I was glad too. I
knew I was being a moron when I saw some of the people what they were writing. I was bag and shit. I was going, all right. I think I'm being an idiot here. So
that was a good.
But he did say he'd sneak a peek. Okay, that's all I was trying to say. I think that was my only point. That was the point of that 20-minute pointless fucking argument. If you want to watch me and Joe argue more this evening, you got to make sure you come to the after party. At the Collins Bar. We're going to be at the Collins Bar on 8th Avenue and 46th Street, between 46th and 47th.
That's right.
Drinking our sorrows away tonight. So, if you guys are around, if you like the show, you want to come down and watch me and Joe get inebriated, maybe steal our wallets afterwards.
I want to thank, too, whoever posted the picture of Beaker on the on the website. Thank you for coming to my aid. So we're gonna do.
As long as it's a skinny Muppet, I don't give a shit.
That was goddamn rich cunt on Whackback.
Thank you, goddamn rich cunt. Appreciate it. We're gonna do another episode of last time we did the Fabulous Life.
The Fabulous Life, yeah. If you ever watch The Fabulous Life, they're always showing all these celebrities in their lives, and we thought we would give some people some credit. Their jobs aren't so high profile, but they're just as fabulous, right, Joe?
Absolutely, absolutely. And last time we did like third world countries. This time we stuck it.
Yeah, people in sweatshops. And, the positive sides to it.
Yeah, the diamond kid, the diamond digger kid.
And kids
I don't know.
Sold into the sex slave industry.
Yeah, that kid and the chick that swallows donkey cum. And
so anyways, we thought it was a little bit too dark, so we figured, to try to support the troops or whatever, we'd come over to the good old USA, talk about some good jobs over here that don't get highlighted. So here's one for you, one of the fabulous lives.
You're listening to The Fabulous Life of.
When most people want to watch a film, they have to go to their local Cineplex. But when you're the straight guy that holds the boom mic on the set of a gay porno, all the action comes to you. Yes, it's The Fabulous Life of homoerotica, and it's good to be you, name not available. Because when you're looking to the left while the sounds of a pummeled anus are on the right, you know the chances of getting your sitcom idea made have just gone up in smoke. But where there's smoke, there's fire, baby. And in this world, when one closet door closes, another one opens. So with the thump of the techno beat, it's time to say goodbye to mainstream Hollywood and hello to cocaine, reach around, and circle jerks. And the perks just keep coming. For when all of your friends are fierce, you'll get fabulous tips on where to buy a new flannel. And Lord knows you'll need it. Cause when you have a ringside seat to Frankie Gets a Facial, the front of your shirt is gonna contain more DNA than Freddie Mercury's mustache. So as the rest of us slave away in dead-end job, one lucky fella with a microphone just arrived on the set of the Three Musketeers. Yes, 3 cocks, 6 balls, and 1 man living his dream. Name not available. It's good to be you.
See, there you go. There's a lot of jobs out there. That probably wasn't the best one to lead with after that last segment. I'm really not, I'm not homophobic. I'm ignorant.
Do you think the gay porn stars get uncomfortable when the straight guy pisses in the bathroom?
No, you know what? I honestly think when you're in the porno industry, you're just so jaded that, like, you just, like, nothing phases you.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
one of the reasons why I try to stay away the sex sites on the internet. I just don't want to, I just feel like part of my soul, like, pixelating every time I look at it, and a couple of cubes, float away. And you're getting closer and closer to hell.
It's got to be bad if you're in the... I guess once you hit the day where your asshole turns inside out, you figure, anything goes at that point.
You know what? Let's make a little truce here. No more like gay references. I think we've gone too far with that shit. I don't want to be like. Well, I don't want to be demonstrate what a moron I am over here.
Okay. But just to be fair, the asshole turning inside out was meant for the women too. Dude. So. I got the new... I can't stop reading Us Weekly, whatever, and I got the new issue today in the mail.
Where do you pick that up? When you're flying back from a gig?
Well,
just wanna, zone out?
I have a subscription. I get it in the mail, and I read it all the time.
Really?
I can't stop. See, here's the thing with this magazine that I love. When I first started to kind of thumb through it, like at the doctor's office...
You check out, like, all the trends?
No, I don't read it.
I gotta get a pair of Uggs.
I used to think... When I first started reading it, that they glorified celebrities and, like, that they were, that it was the sickening praising of celebrities. It's not. They just disgrace celebrities so much, and it's so hard. Like, when Nicole Richie got all creepy and bony.
Do you have a slumber party, Joe, when you look at this thing? I'm just picturing you in, like pink pajamas and, like, sleeping bags.
You're killing my little bit here about Us Weekly. It was going to be funny.
Joe, it's going to go. But, you're speaking eloquently about Us Magazine. You're
no.
Gesturing with your hand.
I'm just saying, I just like how they shit on celebrities. It really makes me laugh. The best ever was when Britney got fat, and they just had pages of her, like, pictures of her literally getting caught with, like, food in her fucking mouth, and she had, like, ketchup running down her tits. Like, just, it was fucking great.
It makes you feel good because you're like, I'm never going to fuck a girl that hot. Yeah. Now she's out of shape. You're like, good.
Yeah, and the headlines are literally like, you don't want to fuck her anymore, do you?
That's the subtext.
Yeah, so, but, once in a while, like, you read, this is what I can't get over right now, is the scrutiny that celebrities take, and I used to not feel bad for him. I'm starting to feel bad for him, because it's just to a point now where it's fucking ridiculous, because I read this thing in here about Beyonce. The title of the article is Beyonce Under Fire for Ad, and what the gist of it is she did an ad for her tour or something. And, she's dressed all elegantly, like, she's got a sort of this old school Diana Ross thing going on in the picture. And she's holding one of those long cigarette holders.
Like Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, exactly, with a cigarette in it. And...
So she looks like a 60-year-old whore.
Yeah, exactly. And all the...
A bunch of little dogs around her.
All the anti-smoking boards or whatever have come out, and the objection is to the association of glamour and sexiness with smoking. I hope Beyonce realizes it's wrong and condemns it. And it's like, would you fucking just get over yourself? She can't now. It's not bad enough that she can't smoke in public if she wanted to, or in front of the press or on camera, because she gets scrutiny for that. Now she can't even appear in a picture with a cigarette.
But that's like the new thing to do. If you just want to get attention to your group, you just demand an apology.
Here's what it is. These fucking groups are these tax-free organizations, and if they don't make a stink every year about something, then their funding's going to get cut off. So they got to fucking...
Can I ask you a question? What would literally happen in her career if she just told them to go fuck themselves?
Nothing.
So why doesn't somebody have the balls to have a press conference where you need to apologize to the non-smokers of America? You just come out with like a big fucking Cuban cigar.
I think it could only help her career. In my opinion, it can only help someone's career to come out and actually take a stance a stance finally and just go, look, I'm not going to lie down for you people, so go fuck yourself.
Why don't you she's probably just blowing it off, Joe.
Well,
she's one of the hottest girls on the planet. She's got like $1 zillion in the bank.
But this is even...
Her ass is as smooth as this countertop. Do you think she gives a fuck?
This is the funnier part now. This is the funnier part.
I really hope so.
The article goes on, and PETA, the animal rights group, PETA, is going at her now because she did a picture where she was in a photo with a bunch of alligators, right? And the quote is, Beyonce is so beautiful that she doesn't need to drag terrified alligators into the picture to get people's attention. And...
Are they alive?
Yeah. And I'm sure they're fucking horrified of Beyonce.
Yeah, doesn't a reptile brain is very simple?
Yeah, the reptilian brain is the war brain.
Yeah, it's fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
It's either trying to run away or...
and I'm just,
you ever see an alligator get eaten by another alligator? There's not a lot of emotion going on there.
There's nothing. I'm just sick of these people with their fucking causes, and I take pity on it. You know,
Joe, when you make $1 million, what's the first fur coat you're going to buy?
Alligator.
It's not a fur.
I know. I'm joking, Dick. Here's my thing: is like, where are these groups? Where are the groups that come out on the side of the humans? Where's the human group when the guy falls into the fucking alligator tank? Where was the human?
Joe, I don't know if you noticed, but I think we're winning.
Where was the
on the animal human thing?
Where was the stink against stingrays when Steve Irwin got stabbed in the chest? Nobody was going, oh, these fucking stingrays.
He fucking deserved it.
You know, it's just, I'm sick of it, man. These
Dude,
people
if you jump in the ocean and you start riding a fucking stingray and you get killed, that's one of those dumb deaths where the guy who's got to do the eulogy is, you know, he's going through his 58th copy, just like,
if you live in a lake near Beyonce, you got to take a fucking picture with her. I don't know what to tell you.
What do you mean?
If you're an alligator and you live in a lagoon near Beyonce's house where they're doing a photo shoot, you take what comes with the fucking territory.
Dude, the bottom line, dude, is the animals are getting the shit kicked out of them.
Oh, please. The shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
How?
So, I don't know, strip malls, people just keep fucking...
Good.
Dude, everywhere I go on the road, what do you mean good?
We run the planet. Get the fuck out of the way. We run
Really,
shit.
Joe? And what is on your agenda this week for running the planet?
What's going to happen?
Jerking off on your futon?
What detriment will fall upon this planet if the alligators become extinct? What would happen?
As far as I know, everybody plays an integral part in the role of nature, and if you fucking get rid of them, then it makes the delicate balance of nature comes out of balance, and, in other words that have balance in them. And,
what bothers me about these fucking
groups...
groups...
the ozone layer get bigger? I don't know what's going to fucking happen. I know it's not good.
Nothing's going to happen.
Really?
What
did you base that on?
What bothers me about these groups is they make a big fucking sting...
I asked a question.
What was your question?
I said, what are you basing it on? You think if alligators become extinct, nothing's going to happen? Is there a fucking animal expert out there who's listening to this?
Yeah, is there a truck driver that's an animal expert?
I know. Can we somehow get beyond the realm of, like, rest area?
I like to you just ask me, what's your proof? The show's called Uninformed. I have no fucking proof, Bill. This is my opinion that I made up 10 minutes before we went on the air. These groups piss me off.
Here's a guy. Let's go to Joe in Ohio. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, your point is, what about people getting eaten by animals?
Dude, if they're dumb enough to get in a situation like where the animal's going to win, then they deserve to die. You know, like people that like frickin' profile bears and like fucking snakes. Like there was a guy here in Dayton who had a snake, and the fucking snake bit him. They didn't have the venom in all of fucking North America. The dude died, and they let the snake go. The snake's living happily ever after, you know?
Right.
Well, that's what they should do.
Yeah.
Look, I don't disagree with if you play with fire and you get burned, it's your fault. Like I have no qualm with that.
What is your beef with alligators, Joe?
My beef is with PETA.
Did you get beat up wearing an eye dog when you were a kid?
An alligator raped me once.
A pimp stuck his shoe up your ass?
No, what's bothering me is that these groups, it's like, they don't need to bring terrified and it's like, the alligators aren't fucking terrified. You need to make a stink about nothing because you need to have some value in your fucking useless group,
but
period.
Joe, they're hyping the fear of the alligators like they're really scared, so you pay attention to the thing, the same way they hype Beyonce's album like it's actually good music.
It is good music. She's actually quite talented, Bill.
No, she's gorgeous. She can dance her ass off, but she always sounds like she's singing in too high a register.
Did you see her and Jennifer Hudson on the Oscars trying to out-sing each other after Jennifer Hudson won the award? they Jennifer Hudson won the Oscar, and then
you get Us magazine. You watch the Oscars.
I did.
And you have on a striped.
I curled up on the
sweater.
couch in an old pair of jeans, and I had some bonbons, and I just
You really
took in
are.
the
You're like a chick on the rag. This show. I don't know what your deal is.
I'm kidding. I didn't have bonbons in an old pair.
You should have.
I know I should have. That's why I made the joke.
The big fucking movie buff.
Dude, it was hilarious because Jennifer Hudson. Did you see it, Danny?
Don, yeah, you know what? We got somebody who agrees with you, Joe.
Okay.
Let's go to Don in Nebraska. Don, you agree with Joe? Fuck the alligators?
But, in a weird, I agree with him on this whole, like where I live, they've gotten rid of all the coyotes and the wolves, so the deer population has exploded. I think we should get rid of all the deer, too. I mean, it's ridiculous. We get rid of one, like you said, it upsets the balance, so get rid of them all.
And then what are you going to have, a fruit salad for the rest of your fucking life?
Well, that's... We're
goddamn chickens are shitting all over the place.
We're fucking it up, so we might as well just make a real mess of it.
That's how you take your approach to your life? It's already fucked up? To hell with it?
Get rid of one, like you said, it upsets the balance.
All right, we're losing you, man. All right, I think we got your point. Yeah, I believe we got your point. Sir,
we can't,
you're talking, and
we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, and you need to... Danny, just yeah.
Maybe you just got eaten by a fucking alligator. I don't know.
Joe, did you hear what the fucking guy just said there, though? Get rid of the coyote, the deer's out of control. That's what happened to the alligators. The alligators are supposed to be eating things, other than Beyonce's titty.
What are they eating? Frogs and shit? What the fuck I don't even know what the alligators
Well, why don't you fucking read about it? I don't know what they're doing.
Because then we wouldn't have a radio show, Bill, if I read. The point is that we're not supposed to read, and that we're just supposed to spout out shit. And that's what I'm doing. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
All right, we got a trucker who's the next... Jerry from Georgia. Jerry.
Hey, what's going on? I heard you needed an expert.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like one, Jerry.
And just exactly how do you build a moonshine still?
Well, first you have to... I don't know. Well, to deal with these animals...
We should just call this Retarded Listeners. That should be the name of this show.
He just said shit in the most stereotypical Jethro. Now, shit.
Of course he does.
Where'd you hang up, Jerry?
That guy owns like the box set of like Dukes of Hazzard background music.
He's that guy that's 85 years old that's immune to snake bites because he's been bitten so many fucking times.
Jesus
Poison's preserved.
I'm a fucking expert.
Well, either way, why don't we should go? Dan is here, our guest Dan Nainan.
Dan Nainan.
Why don't we?
The always hilarious Dan Nainan. When we come back to Uninformed, you listen to Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to come to the after party later on tonight.
The after party.
Voice your strong opinion right now. 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969.
All right, what's going on, man? You're listening to Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. And if you want to call in at any point, it'd be nice if I had the fucking phone number. What did I do with it?
It's I got it right. It's right here. It's
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, 866-969-1969. Where the hell are we going with now?
Dan Nainan is
Dan
here
Nainan.
in the studio. Our guest, the very funny Dan Nainan.
Well, do I have to be funny?
You can
no,
do it.
just sit
do
there.
I have to do bits?
No bits.
We have 18 listeners on this, and I'm telling you right now, your career is teetering right now. You already came out a little bit slow, Dan, and I'm telling you, man, if you don't pick up the pace, a little razzmatazz, a little old school, some plates.
This is your chance to lock into the demographic of men getting blown at truck stops while listening to the radio. So,
yeah, if you want to feature at the Stress Factory.
And also, Dan, we're having an after party tonight.
After party!
The first ever Uninformed after party tonight at the Collins Bar on 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. And it's going to kick off about...
I thought it was 56th Street.
No, 46 and 47th.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me write this down.
I just want to freak somebody out for actually driving in here like, dude, what the fuck? I don't know where it's at.
And we end the show around midnight, so we'll be over there about 12:30.
Well, how long are you going to be there till?
All night, baby.
56 and 57th, the Collins Bar?
No, 46 and 47th.
Hey,
no,
Dan,
and 8th Avenue?
8th Avenue. Collins Bar.
Just to give you an idea about some of the stuff that we've been talking about, here's a guy, this is one of his comments, disgusted by alligators, but save a gay guy.
Yes.
That is from, there's Will from Ohio.
Well, we were talking...
Joe. Yeah, what is the deal, Joe? You're really into human beings.
Well, see, I'm not, though, because I hate people just as much as I hate animals. And I think that there are way too many fucking people, too. But, I mean, it's... I just get annoyed.
But you believe that they all should be showering with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if an alligator is in the fucking shower, I don't need to hear PETA piss and moan about it. That's my point. That's all I'm saying,
okay.
You know?
What if he started leering at your genitals? Would you require that he had his own shower, Joe?
No.
You know, I think that, you know what, the way that guy was talking about wolves, before we went to break, for everybody out there, wolves and coyotes, whatever, they thinned the herd out there. They need to do that with human beings.
Absolutely.
Dan, would you agree there's too many fucking people, like enough already? Do you have any kids, Dan?
I don't have any kids, no, but I think the Earth will tell us when there's too many people on the Earth. There won't be enough food for anybody.
You're not being proactive about it?
I don't know that we need to be proactive. I think nature just be like, there's too many dudes up in here, and then there won't be any food, and then there'll be, I think we'll know.
So you're basically,
they've been saying that there's too many people for hundreds of years, and they keep figuring out ways to have new people. They build, you build high rises, and then you have
you stack them
up. The Japanese, they got this new pyramid city they're conceiving or something like. Did you see that on Discovery?
No.
It's like a big pyramid with. You had to see it, but...
No, please inform us on it, because...
Well, I don't know, they had this big, huge pyramid. It was like, they could fit 100,000 people in this one building or something. It was in the shape of a pyramid, but they're always figuring shit out, so I don't know,
I think they need to...
They've been complaining about too many people since forever. They've been saying, there's too many people. So.
I could give a shit environmentally if there are too many people. I'm talking about for my own personal enjoyment... For my duration on this planet, I'm just tired of there being...
ideally it would just be, your boys and some bitches, and that's it. You don't want to deal with other dudes, but you need those other dudes, because those other dudes are...
They're going to come to your show.
They're going to come to your show, they're going to
buy your invention.
Exactly, and you're going to sell your crap to them, and they're going to... You need... Everybody plays their role, and
you need those 1995 people. The people who sit at home and anything comes on, 1995, it's the magic number. And they're going to buy that. They're going to buy it. They already got a can opener.
That's true. The more people buying your CD, more people listening to your radio and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many. I mean, I understand that. I understand there need to be more people on the planet than me and my best buddies and a couple of chicks. There need to be people to fulfill obligations like. Coming to the shows and buying things to sustain the economy.
I think they should be.
Let's go above and beyond that and get into the amount of useless people. I mean, there's definitely excess. There's fat that could be trimmed easily.
Yeah, but you don't know who the fat is. You
do. Times Square, 42nd Street.
No, but
wipe it out, baby.
Yeah.
Anything that has neon in front of it, you just nuke it.
Okay, so you're talking about population control,
talking about
people that are already been born. You're not talking about.
This is what sparked this discussion, or why we wanted to do this topic on the show was I lived in Texas for a while, and my next door neighbor used to say to me, "When you're born,
Joe, you're a douche.
You should be." He used to say to me, when you're born, you should be sterilized with some sort of magic sterilization gun. And until you pass a series of tests that prove that you are able and capable of raising a child that would be worth something, you will not be unsterilized. And I agreed with that. Everybody would go, he's fucking crazy, and what kind of psycho... And I was like, no, that makes sense. You shouldn't just be allowed to reproduce, because when you're just allowed to reproduce, that leads to useless fucking people. Dumb people making dumber people, and the next thing you know...
So you're talking about quality, not quantity of people.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, ideally, I don't know if you'd be able to... Obviously, it'd be tough to put that into effect, but...
Well, yeah,
but as a thought experiment, sure, all right, yeah.
A thought experiment.
Why not?
He thinks there's some morons that the reason why there's so many people out there is not because of morons, it's because of smart people. All right? Morons just fuck, okay? And they make a lot of people, but smart people keep them alive. They come up with, like, penicillin and shelter and fucking air conditioning. If you just let these people die in the heat, you know? Send them out in the field, man.
I don't agree with that. I think that it's not a good thing that just because you're able to make a baby, you're allowed to. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's like the equivalent.
I don't think Bill is disagreeing. He's saying that let them.
I think there should be no babies. Babies should be illegal. Listen to me, for fucking 20 years. This is how you taper it off. 20 years, no babies, okay? Then you got a bunch of old people dying. They die every second. Like, the amount of time it's taken me to say, like, 6 old people just died and somebody fell off a fucking ladder, right? That's 7 less people out on the highway tomorrow, right? You do that for 20 years. And you just get the population, you back it down.
I feel the same way about stand-up comics. No more for, like, 10 years.
Well, yeah.
Because now I don't need to hear another joke about, you know... the same old
I don't know. You know what? I don't think we have any theories here. How about somebody calls in? I want to hear your theories on how the hell what we can do about the population problem. We got a fucking hole in the ozone layer and that type of stuff. I mean, that shit freaks me out, man. Call 866-969-1969 if you know. I don't know. I'm going with no babies for 20 years. I think that's a good start.
Agree with that.
And you don't try to save people.
Do you think?
Okay, listen to me.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing we don't need is more 18-year-old girls that won't fuck me. So that would go in with your no more babies theory.
Exactly. I used to think like China. I used to think it was crazy that they have that baby control rule, and now I'm like, no, that's fucking brilliant. That's what you need to do.
That's what we're going towards.
Yeah,
if people keep having, or if you just have like 1 or 2 kids instead of having like fucking 5, who then make 5. And then your grandfather, you got like you made 30 people who are all taking a shit every day that ends up in a fucking river. That's why it's out of control. Just fucking rub one out.
But what happens?
Shoot it on a tip.
What happens when they find some medicine that now we can all live till 200? Then we're really gonna have a problem. Then we're really gonna
can't do that. We were already living too long.
We're really gonna have a problem. And you have your great grandchildren, you know, and you are alive at the same time. You're gonna have like, you know.
Yeah, your great-grandkid needs to kill you. You gotta go, man.
Maybe that's the way it should be. Maybe it should be like the Sith in Star Wars, where you have your child who's your apprentice. He grows up, he kills you. He has a child, his child grows up, kills him. And then it's just a flip-flop. You just keep turning.
All right, let me hear from
we have a
Kirby in Oklahoma. He has a theory on the population problem. Kirby.
Hey, Bill.
What's up, man? Thanks for listening.
The human species has no natural predators now. So instead of nature rewarding those with the most desirable traits by allowing them to reproduce, nature now rewards those who reproduce the fastest. And that just happens to be stupid, worthless fucking people.
Yeah, but do you understand my point where smart people are the ones keeping them alive? Because stupid fucking people get like appendicitis. But, you know, smart people treat them.
Well, then maybe we just need to let AIDS run rampant in Africa, and then we can, stop spending money down there.
Jesus Christ, I wasn't getting race-specific. I was just trying to get population.
He was almost smart. That was
one of the smartest guys we had. He had 80%.
Do you say this? I don't know.
Well, you can't blame him, though, for because you were leading him in that direction. You were saying dumb people got to die.
I don't know if you say this in your...
I'm not saying people in Africa are dumb.
No, but
Jesus, Dan, what are you trying to say?
No, what I'm trying to say is
Dan used to make an apology.
You're saying let nature take its. You're saying let nature take its course, and he's saying okay, but in Africa, nature's taking its course. So
right.
That's what he's saying. So you
wasn't taking its course. The CIA invented it, and they fucking injected it over there.
Let's save that for later.
Trying to weed us out with AIDS. Maybe we should just let it go.
Well, wait a second. Hold on.
All right, thanks for calling.
Now he sparks a thought. For me, at least. And I don't know, do you say this?
I thought it was because your wool sleeve just touched the side of your fucking trunk.
You might say this in your set, or I don't know, but, you know, it's like the fucking Beyonce thing that we were just talking about with the smoking ad. It's like, you know, they're stomping out smoking everywhere. I was just in a hotel where they had no smoking rooms at all. You didn't even have the option anymore. And it's like, no, stop. No, let people smoke that want to fucking smoke, and that helps population control.
You know, let them die, so you're pro-cancer.
It's survival.
Joe DeRosa.
I'm a smoker.
JoeDeRosa.com, pro-cancer.
But I'm a smoker. My point is, it's like you have to let people... The further we progress...
Here's a good guy.
Hold on. The further we progress in this society, the more we are not allowed to do detrimental things to ourselves.
Joe needs like fucking dramatic background music or something. I don't know
it's a good point.
Let me talk to Toby in Utah. Toby, what's your population theory?
Well, my population theory is kind of what Joe was saying. I mean, you can smoke and do whatever you want, but at like 68 years old, man, when you get to be 68, you give everybody a big hug and a kiss and everything else. They basically, you turn yourself in and they put your ass to sleep. They basically execute you in a nice way.
Yeah, you take them to the vet.
Do you remember Logan's Run, where at 30 everybody died? Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
But it was the best 30 years you ever had, though. It was like 30 years of nonstop sex. You didn't work. Everything was, but only 30. At 30, you died.
So
I don't know. Is that a good deal? Who's into that?
30's a little young.
I think it was 40. But remember, this 30 years. You don't know. We're not talking like no SATs, no midterms. Just partying for 30 years. But then you die. So I don't know,
dude. It's
I think 40. I think if it was 40 years, I might say that's a good deal. I don't know, but 30 might be a little too young.
Dude, if they would just stop saying, like, when people fucking, you always see like when hikers, they'll be like, there's 4 hikers missing on a mountain. It's like, great. Send another 4 to go look for them. All right, that's 8 in like windbreakers or something. So they all die. That's 8 people out of the way. They all got fucking SUVs for their hiking shit, right? It just opens up lanes, man, on the highway, and people get happier.
The further we go, the less detrimental things we're allowed to fucking do to ourselves, and that's part of what regulates a fucking population.
No, yeah, but this is the difference, Joe. I'm just. What you're talking about smoking is I don't want to die. So if I'm going to be here, I don't want to fucking, What does
me smoking in my hotel room have anything to do with you? You're not sleeping in the room.
Oh, you're saying you couldn't even smoke in the hotel room?
No, I'm saying they had no smoking room.
Yeah, because it stinks up the hotel room when you go in afterward. The whole hotel room stinks.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
not just the Joe DeRosa stink, but the smoke. So there's a two thing. All right, I got a good one in there.
But I'm saying, first it was you couldn't smoke in restaurants or on airplanes. Then it was restaurants. Then it was bars. Then it was in certain public areas. Now there are no available smoking rooms in a hotel. It's like I can't even smoke in the privacy of my own hotel room, and it's like that's part of the thing that helps control the fucking population. If I want to smoke, I'm going to die off. So what we're getting to is everybody's going to be force-fed fucking boiled chicken and celery and live to be 100 years old, and everybody's going to walk around.
How would you like it if you had the smell of boiled chicken under your nose? That's what it's like sitting next to you. We got to take some of these callers, though, man. Let's get Max. Max in Ohio. Max, what's going on? What's your theory on how to control the population problem?
My theory is just to get rid of Mormons and Christians and all those little religious assholes who say have 20 kids and you go to fucking heaven.
I agree with that.
I'm Catholic. They never told me to have 20 kids.
No, they're big on that. Well, the cocksuckers don't want you to use contraception, and then you have all these fucking kids.
Oh, it's just bunch of fucking bullshit. Religion sucks.
That's why. Agreed.
You got to leave this guy on. Now, how are you going to carry out getting rid of all the Mormons and the Catholics?
I have no clue. Just say fuck it. Tell everybody to leave it.
It's awful.
What?
All right, Max. Thanks for calling.
All right. So far we got genocide in Africa. And
we got
killing
this guy
the Christians and the Mormons.
Yeah, with a lot of just fucking bullshit, you know?
Well, that's the problem.
That guy was like the classic barroom philosopher, just like, dude, it's just like, these fucking CEOs, man,
What group?
Like, what the fuck?
What group of people, if you were dictator or God or Jesus or whatever, what group of people would you wipe out to sort of lighten the load a little bit? On the planet, Dan? Like, what would you what's the one group you go, we don't fucking need any of the gone?
Every
instantly.
third person.
Is that a possible question to answer without saying something?
No, you don't have to get
you don't have to be racist.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
example, Joe.
You mean if you could say dumb people or whatever?
Like my group would be every
go ahead.
Every cunt that walks down the street with giant sunglasses carrying a dog under her arm. You know what I mean? Like, gone. Boom. Immediately. You take yourself way too fucking seriously. Gone. You're useless. Done. And that's the Paris Hiltons, the Nicole Richies. They're all gone. And that's a huge sect of people.
How about telemarketers?
There you go.
But then I wish you told me that before. I could have thought about it some more, but that's something you got to think about. But
what about you, Bill? What would you...
Just every third person. Make it nice and random.
At random? I have a lottery.
And it'd be quick.
What about that?
With your theory, you got to walk around looking for these people with sunglasses. It's just, if you can count to 3, it's a very simple
what about
theory.
that?
You just weed them out.
I'm thinking it would be like like if you had the power, like to do like a, you know, like a Star Trek thing where the beam just came down, and they just went, and they all just fucking disappeared at once.
I was thinking more like Grand Theft Auto. You just come in like Terminator. 1, 2, 3, boom.
You got to run around and kill everybody yourself.
Jeff's making a good point here in Seattle. He's saying that gay people are actually helping with the population control. Jeff,
that's true.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm thinking, you know, the fags and the dykes.
Why you got to come at it like that?
Well, you know, Bill, I like you, and I wanted to impress you with something funny.
And I read in my Judy Carter book that the words fag and dyke are hilarious.
I just tore down the fourth wall of being one of the funny callers.
All right, well, you know what? You had a great point. You know, the way you delivered it, you kind of fucking fucked it up. But, you know, after the top of the show, who am I to complain? But anyways, thanks for calling. But that's a good point. You know what? I wouldn't kill any gay people unless they were like Melissa Etheridge and she wanted to fertilize one of her eggs. Then I'd kill her and David Crosby.
How annoying is she? She's like I got nothing against lesbians, but you know, some lesbians are just like, I get it. You're fucking, you know, every fucking song. It's like her hair gets shorter.
Well, she had cancer, Joe. I think that's why her hair is short.
Gee,
No, I was...
Yeah, Joe, no, let Joe speak.
I thought you was just trying to dyke it up.
Nah,
I didn't know.
think so. I think she had cancer.
You know what haircut she has now,
boy.
though? She has that haircut that all women get after about, like, 15 years of marriage. They've already pumped out the kids, and they're just sick of their hair. And then they just try. That's why I'm never getting married. Once they get, like, the that little Woodstock haircut, and then there's that day you're trying to bang them from behind, and they just look like one of your friends.
Yeah, it's...
That's why, like, I think women can be attractive, you know, way beyond 40 if they would just stop getting that fucking haircut.
Yeah,
how do they do that? They get the above the ears and then they tease it in the front, thinking they still look feminine.
Well, because long hair when you're 50 looks even more ridiculous. You ever see one with like long gray hair and she's kind of,
dude,
you know,
I think that looks amazing on someone. Dude, what's her name? That was
like hair down to your ass and it's all gray.
I'm not talking about.
Who's the actress that was nominated for the Queen?
Helen Mirren.
She's fucking smoking hot. She's like 63 years old.
Yeah, but she doesn't have very long hair though, and I wouldn't say smoking, but
oh, dude, for 63,
yeah, for 63,
almighty.
she's I don't know, is she 63?
I would have no, I just made that number up, but she's
probably in that vicinity, but
I would have
she's not bad, you know, considering. Although if you saw her without makeup, you know.
Dan, what's the oldest you'd go? The oldest you'd go, combination, the oldest she could be, and her hair is above her ears. What is the age? You just bend her over. Knock the Bengay right off the nightstand.
Yeah, 40-ish, 40 or so. Of course, I'm 37, so that, you know.
Yeah. You like them young, huh?
I suppose,
What's the closest you came to a sex crime this week? Let me try to get you open up here, Dan.
There were some 17-year-olds at the club that I just performed at.
Uh-huh.
And I made...
fill up a little bit?
No, I didn't fill up, but I made some comments like, I did my joke about how I'll bang any of you, whatever, and then I said, except for you guys, because you know, you're too young. How old are you? And they said 17. I said, okay, you're in. You know, because that's illegal in New York.
If you could get away with it, would you?
Well, first of all, you can't get away with it. 17 is the legal age.
I think 16 is, actually.
In New York? No, I don't believe so.
It varies from state to state.
I know it doesn't.
Actually, no.
16 in Jersey and 17 in New York.
Actually, they recently passed a law for 15 here in New York.
No, they did not.
They did.
What are you talking about?
I read it today in the Post. It's true. So all you guys out there who are listening, you know, who've been trying to hold off.
Did they actually sit there?
Just
first of all, who's bringing that law up on the floor of the state legislature? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know what?
Who's raising their hand and saying, you know, we got to vote on this. 17 is bullshit.
I'm going to tell you what. We're at war right now. Okay?
During the
Vietnam War, they brought it from drinking and driving from 21 all the way down to 18.
Yeah.
We're at war, okay? They brought the fucking age from 18. It's down to 50, and I don't know where you've been. You been on the road a lot? I'm telling you.
Did you know, too, that...
I didn't read that, but it's certainly interesting.
Did you know, too, that 70%... Because I was reading the article about that, 70% of 15-year-old girls can't even get pregnant which is fucking
What
sweet.
Oh, yeah, I saw it, on the...
Wait,
Discovery Channel.
17% cannot...
70% of...
70, why not?
15,
yeah, because like their ovaries and stuff,
they're just,
it's not
it's
developed.
not ready. So
Not
if you're
ready yet.
17...
You mean even though they're pubescent, they have boobs?
Yeah,
and
no, you can't. So
you got a good shot at the raw dog if you're 17.
Big time, yes. If you're out there,
So you're saying 15 they cannot get
I
pregnant?
mean, at 15, excuse me.
yeah, 15 they can't get pregnant, and it's also legal to bang them. So, I mean, we're just putting that out there.
It's illegal, but you don't want to talk about it. It's not something you're bragging about. If you
Something you bring up at the Elks Club.
You don't talk about you keep that under wraps. It's certainly embarrassing. I wouldn't do it.
I prefer the older ladies to the younger ones. I really do.
Well, how old and how young?
The oldest I ever went was 60.
You went to 60?
I didn't fuck her. I just made out with her in a bar and
that's even worse.
Fingered her through her pants.
That's even worse. You made out with her. That's outrageous.
How enormous were her fucking panties?
It wasn't a thong.
No, she had a smoking body. She was. This is hilarious.
Joe, she didn't.
She was a singer. She was a singer. She used to open up for Sinatra.
When you're 60. You know what, dude? I'm going to tell you something right now. If she was in her 40s and you said that, then that's a great credit. That, okay, I could see she's hot. But when you get in your 60s, you start to get that I'm going to die soon smell. You know that smell, old people? You think it's underneath their hat. It isn't. It's the beginning of you're starting to rot.
She had the Helen Mirren thing going on. She was hot, dude. I'm telling you.
So how old were you at the time?
How did you meet this girl?
27.
Look, it's respectable. You got to respect that, though. Any guy that can pull a move like that,
Absolutely.
27.
And if you don't think we're not going to delve into every detail, fuck the population
that's
problem.
a solid move. Anybody can.
Wait a minute.
20-year-old's easy, but 60, that's not.
I met her at a show, and I started just laying it thick on her. I got a real older woman.
Oh, let's slow down. Well, okay, you meet a girl who used to sing.
God bless you.
In front of Sanks. And what kind of a show? Were you doing a cruise ship?
No, I met her at Caroline.
Was she out to sea at this point? Let me tell you something, babe. You're never going to work in this town again.
She was a stowaway. She was posing as a dance instructor on the She had to hide in my cabin to not get
I caught her doing a number up on the poop deck.
Her and my grandmother had an
So
old
what
beef
happened?
from years ago.
At what point? The second you saw her, you were like, I want to bang her? You just saying hello?
As soon as I met, she was with a group of younger women, which is testament that she was a hot older lady because she was with all these young chicks that were hot. And I met them after a show with a friend of mine, and we were talking to them, and I was like, I just locked onto her. I was like, I'm fucking going for this, dude. She's a hot older lady. I didn't know how old she was. She looked, my guess was 50. So I started hitting on her, and I was like that's so much better. So I started hitting on her, and she's like, oh, come on, you can't be serious. I was like, let's go get some drinks, and we went with the whole group to get drink, and I just wouldn't let up. And I was like, I'm telling you, I love older women. There's nothing sexier to me than an older woman, that whole thing. And we ended up making out in the fucking bar, and then I took her outside.
That must have been some spectacle.
Wow, and people were just sitting there looking at it.
That must have been some spectacle. DeRosa.
Baby-faced DeRosa.
27-year-old DeRose.
With Phyllis Diller.
Making out.
She was wearing the... She had the pink boa.
Did you have an I like Ike T-shirt on?
Did you choke her with it afterwards? Oh my God!
It was wild, dude.
Ballbuster 1 from the message board says, "I'll bet she opened up for Sinatra in more ways than one."
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, he probably tagged her when it was right.
Wait, how old is Michelle Pfeiffer, by the way? Because she still looks pretty good.
She looks fucking great. She's
I think
like 40?
No, 40. No, she's almost 50. She's almost 50.
Celebrities don't count, man. Celebrities, they got personal trainers. They got money for plastic surgery.
I'll tell you who's going to age weird is Reese Witherspoon.
And yes, you're right. You're right because she got that face. It looks like almost like Elfin kind of. Yeah, it's going to be weird when she's old. It ain't going to work for her.
Yeah, she looks like a weird combination, like when you have two dogs that shouldn't have fucked.
Yeah, she does look kind of weird.
But somehow it comes out cute.
She's
somehow
cute.
It comes out cute, but there's something a little wrong about it.
She's cute, but it ain't right. She's cute, but it ain't quite... There's some
She's going to look like when they made Bilbo look old in the third Lord of the Rings.
I didn't see the third Lord of the Rings, but all right. I think I get what you're saying.
I'm piggybacking what you're going on with the elf.
Yeah, she had to have elf-like, Middle-Earth-like quality. She's cute, but I don't know if it's good. You're right. You know...
She looks like she's in the
Christy
Grudge.
Brinkley... aging really well.
Unbelievable.
She's 50 plus-ish.
She looks fucking amazing.
Classic features, but
here's a random one. I saw downtown Julie Brown on The Dog Whisperer. She looked fucking great.
Yeah, I bet she does look great. Yeah, she was hot.
Granted, dude, Joe, at this point, you fucked you fingered a 60-year-old. I imagine if I bring up somebody in their early 30s.
First of all,
she still looked like...
Dude, she's
you could tell she was a little bit older, but her body is insane.
Dude, black chicks, for some reason, it stays together.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's called lotion. They try to act like white people's skin. It's like white people don't know.
No, because the sun doesn't affect them as much.
No. Can I give you my little bullshit story? I was with this girl, right? This black girl, and she was always putting lotion on. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What's with this lotion all the time, right? And she goes, well, you're ashy. And she goes, white people get ashy too. I go, no, we don't. She goes, yeah, you do. I go, no, I don't. She goes, well, give me your arm. She takes my arm and she just kind of scratches lightly down my forearm. And she goes, you see that? That's ashy. And then she started talking to me. Like during the wintertime, I would always get really itchy when I was like toweling. I just thought it was like the towel. I got to throw this in the fucking hamper. White people do not use lotion. You hang out with a black person and you have more than a 5-minute conversation with, at some point, they're taking out lotion. And they're putting it on.
That is true.
That's why they're
big into the baby oil.
I thought it was just a difference in the dryness or something.
Because we're both living in the same climate. You know?
By the way, Michelle Pfeiffer is 48.
Michelle Pfeiffer is 48.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her. She hasn't done anything in a while. But the last time I saw her in I Am Sam, I guess it was, she was 43 or whatever.
Well,
but she was looking really good.
She was in that movie White Oleander 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just saw a picture of her.
She looks like a cat. She's got those cat eyes.
She was Catwoman.
Yeah, she was Catwoman.
She's fucking hot.
She did do one of those awful movies where the white person comes into the ghetto to try to teach the...
She did
one of those teaching movies?
Dangerous Minds. That's like the fucking...
that's like the granddaddy.
That's like the Sergeant Peppers of the white people teaching the black kids thing.
No, it wasn't. It was Blackboard Jungle back in the 50s.
Oh,
that's a classic.
Well, there's also a lot with black like Morgan Freeman, Lean on Me, when he played Joe Clark.
I like that.
Yeah, but that one I liked because it was a black dude going in.
Right.
And what I don't like about those movies, it's like white people are the reason why the neighborhoods are fucked up, and then they come riding in like the hero. Like, you people need to get your shit together, and then they A, B, C, D, they start fucking teaching them. It's like, we're the reason it's fucked up. I mean, not you and me, but in general, how this fucking thing is set up. No, they make me cringe. All those movies, and I hate those movies where at some point the black character has to always teach the white character how to dance at some point. I mean, has Keith Robinson... Well, Keith can't dance, but let me... Pick a black guy with rhythm. Is he ever at some point?
I don't know that many black guys with rhythm. I think that's a myth. I know a lot of black guys that can't dance worth a fucking lick.
Worth a lick?
Yeah.
What are you, Tom Sawyer?
Well, I fuck 60-year-old women, Bill.
Yeah.
You pick up...
You pick up the lingo.
I think what's even, or not more racist, but what's as racist are like those Pursuit of Happiness movies.
Joe, I think I'll hold it because someone's got a great question for you.
Go ahead.
Hey, Doug.
Go ahead.
Doug in New York, you got a great question for Joe.
What's up, Doug?
Hey, what's going on, Bill? Hey, Joe.
Hey, buddy.
Question for you, Joe. Behind closed doors, no shit, when nobody's around, you're home alone, you light a candle, maybe close the door, turn down the lights a little bit, and jerk off to Golden Girls DVDs?
I don't jerk off to them, but I see where you're trying to go with this, Doug. I own Doug. I'm not bullshitting you. I own seasons 3 and 5, and I've watched them in their completion.
Did you find Rue McClanahan? Did you find Rue McClanahan sexy? Because she was the one who she was like the whore, right? Of the group, she was like,
yeah. I got your question. Out of all of them,
first 3 seasons,
who are you hitting?
First 3 seasons, I would have fucked Rue McClanahan. After that, she starts to get a little frumpus.
Yeah, I always found that very disturbing that she'd be like the whore of the group, and she's...
But was that the severely old one?
She was the southern one. No, she was the southern one.
No, she was the whore.
The severely old one was Estelle Getty. But she was actually the youngest.
She had the best white afro on the show.
She was the was the youngest of all the actresses, actually.
But Doug, no bullshit. I can't get enough of the show. It's probably my favorite sitcom of all time, and I'm not exaggerating.
Did you notice how he didn't answer? You didn't answer the question.
I said no. I don't jerk off to them.
You never rubbed it
But
up?
you would have done Rue McClanahan in seasons 1 through 3.
Seasons 1 through 3. After that, I can't.
It's never gone into
just because the writing isn't as good once you get season 4. Thank you, though, Doug. I should have known that was an insult.
Can of worms.
Here, bring it. Let's
then, Joe, the obvious question is how old would you go? Or is 60 about the upper limit?
I am telling you, Helen Mirren, I was fat.
How old is Helen Mirren? Can somebody look
No,
up?
I'm talking about someone you're going to meet. You go into a car. Actually, they got to have some sort of show business. What Danny just put down in front of you.
Century sex. No, this is disgusting. No, that's
my
nasty.
God.
That's a little bit
I'm
much.
talking about. Hey, look at the back of the box, for Christ's sake.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, they're looking at a century sex.
I'm talking
So this woman's 100 years old? Is that what they're...
I can't even tell what sex the person is on the cover, to be honest with
I tell
you.
you.
Is that a World War II vet, or is that a former showgirl?
Like that lady I'd fuck. The one on the side.
Yeah, but she's not that old. Yeah, the one on the side doesn't look
Well,
old
that's
at
what I'm
all.
talking about. That's
But she doesn't look 60, though.
That's weird. She should have got the cover.
Well,
this is a little ridiculous.
That's
Okay.
nasty. No, I wouldn't do that. No. I would fuck an attractive older woman. I think 60 is probably as high as you can get.
All right, I want somebody out there. I want somebody to beat Joe.
Helen Mirren is 51, by the way.
She's only 51?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Wait. 61. That's my bad.
I would totally fuck her.
Wow.
I'm not lying. I would fuck her.
She was born in 1851.
Not to sound
She's
crass.
not bad, but if you saw her without makeup, it might be a different story.
I found her to be stunning when I saw her. And they even sang that song where Jack Black was like, Helen Mirren, you're coming home with me tonight. You are hot. Like, she's hot, man. And she looks great. She doesn't look, I don't know, she's just a hot lady. I can't, there's no way to...
So because Jack Black just kind of used her as a reference?
No, I'm saying I have some support in the,
I'm going to have somebody out there's actually beating you. If anybody's listening to the show, 866-969-1969. The number to beat is 60 years old, and the job to beat is former opening singer of Frank Sinatra. You got to have a combination. Now, this is the deal. If you come in a little bit low, if you come in around 57, 56, but you somehow have a better job, then there might be a...
It'll balance out.
Yeah, like for instance, if she actually fucked Frank Sinatra, but she's 56, you win.
Joe, exactly at what time were you hitting on this girl? Because usually women that age go to bed around 10. Did you make your move at 7:30 at night?
She made sure we stopped at her house so she could take her pill.
Is that true?
No,
Okay.
Dad.
Right, could be true.
Did you finger in the back of her huge old lady car like some LTD 74?
Ford Granada.
With a posi rear end. One of those cars a mechanic would drool over.
She was giving me the specs. They don't make them like this anymore. They used to call these things steel dinosaurs.
Dude, you got me beat. Oldest
Well,
I
it's
ever
not
went.
just that she was 60, but that he was 27. I mean,
That's a great story. Dude, when I was 20, I lost my virginity late. When I was 21, I lost my virginity to a 37-year-old college professor. And it was the hottest fucking thing ever, dude. It was amazing.
Was it your professor? Yeah, that's pretty hot. That was your professor.
How old were you? 17?
I was 21.
When you lost your virginity?
Yeah, I lost it late, man.
Yeah, I think I was almost 20, and I hooked up with some girl. She was 30, sang in a band.
That's so awesome, man.
Dude, I got to tell you, this is one of the most emasculating moments of my life. She sang in this band. It was basically a guy who had like keyboard where you can like computer program all the songs. So they just sang like top 40 songs, and he went by the name Gary, and they had 3 other women in the act. It was called Gary and the Girls. And the most emasculated moment of my life, I actually was sitting in the crowd with a Gary and the Girls fucking sweatshirt on in like Miami Vice fucking passed out. And literally that was a moment when I was like, I gotta get out of this relationship.
That's awesome.
Anybody else? We got any calls out there saying that they can top somehow 60 years? We got 2. Let's bring on
But
the
how
first
old
one.
are they is the question. If they're 50, then that don't mean
We're going to find out, Dan, and that is the excitement of Uninformed.
Good.
Let me hear. What do we got? Who's
got
on?
Rob.
Okay, Rob from Philly. What's the oldest and what's the job occupation?
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
How are you, man?
What's up?
It wasn't me personally. My one friend was at a gathering of the Juggalos, which is like an ICP concert.
Dude, I did comedy at that thing last summer, and it was the worst show of my fucking life. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, it was like 2 years ago, and he was in a tent. He drank a whole bottle of Jameson, and he was in a tent. Some 57-year-old lady came up to him. They just started going at it. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? She goes, I'm here with my grandkids.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well, the grandkids angle is pretty good. Did she have grandkids?
They were there.
That's what
No, I'm talking to Joe. No, Joe's lady.
Oh yeah, she had grandkids.
Yeah, that
she had
ratchets it up a little bit in terms
She had
of
grandkids. That's the worst part about trying to hook up with somebody that old, because if they tell you about their daughters or their grandkids, you're like, well, this chick's hot for 60, but god damn, her granddaughter must be smoking.
Yeah. But Joe, you don't like girls under 50 , apparently.
Look, I like a young girl here and there, a 20, 21, but I'm just saying I prefer the older. That's all.
No. Now, how come then?
What do we got?
Sorry, man. I think we got somebody. I'm trying to do the math. Eric.
Yes, sir.
Eric in Virginia. How old were you, and how old was the woman?
Man, I was probably like 19 or 20, and she was like 52, 53.
Wow. All right.
That's 33 years.
He may have you beat in
now
terms
he tied,
of this,
27 to 60. What does she do for a living?
She was the accounting lady at the place I worked at. I was doing like customer service, some bullshit, you know.
Yeah, it's not a sexy job, man.
But that kind of makes it better, though.
But I'm trying to think. He broke the 6 barrier, which is a huge deal to me. Even though he was 27, he broke the 60 barrier.
It's like breaking the.
It's like the 4-minute mile.
4-minute mile, exactly.
So I don't know. I might have to give it to Joe on that one. If I'm saying like who,
he was probably dressed just like that, with little white shorts and a little tank top.
I hit the wall and I just kept going.
He's like,
if she was in her 60s, I would have fucked her too.
I woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, I can't give you credit for that.
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
Look
at these calls.
You're ready.
All right, Eric. Thank you. Look, we got toothless
Thanks,
old
Eric.
woman. Blowjobs are awesome.
Toothless old woman. What is that?
Well, that sounds like
Adam.
Kidding around.
Who am I talking? Bill. Wait a minute. Okay, Bill. What's going on, man? You're a trucker, and somehow you got a blowjob from a toothless old woman. I can't believe this. How did that happen?
Was she a lizard?
My roommate, Coyote or where, I don't know. My roommate used to go to these country western bars, brings home this old woman. She looks good, but she must have been 65. And we were all drunk, we're getting drunk, and she says to me, be prepared for the best blowjob of your life. Pops out her dentures, and I'll tell you what, it was all over Johnny.
Oh, my God. What? You ran out of the room? Please tell me that. Or you just
he got blown by her.
I know. But in my world, it's all over, Johnny. A girl takes out her teeth.
I don't know
dick is
about
laying
that.
on my leg.
Well,
like,
if that's a true
let's get out of here.
story, then he's got you beat, Joe, by a mile.
How old was she? 66.5.
She's probably 65. I mean, she was wrinkled. But
I want to see video.
I had quite a few beers in me, so it didn't matter.
How old were you?
35.
Oh, that's 30 years.
Well, I know, but the dentures and, it's hard to, the dentures is hard to be. If that's a true story, I got to feel maybe this guy's telling tall tales.
Yeah, you kind of stuttered in the beginning of it.
I kind of believe him. I don't think he's lying.
The question you got to...
Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Okay, Eddie. Let's go to Eddie in Arizona. Here we go. Now, I don't know if this... See there? Eddie. Is he still there? Eddie, what's going on? Let's hear the age
I just
difference.
wanted to... once upon a time when I was 18 and I was doing yard work for a little old lady my mom was friends with, ended up fucking her in her living room and found out she was a 64-year-old mistress to a mob boss.
Wow.
Well, forget the mob boss part. She was 64.
How old were you?
That sounds like a book you'd read on the beach if you were some fucking 15-year-old girl.
I was
It's illegal
18.
to fuck in New York.
High school.
You were in high school?
But why would a mob boss's mistress be 64?
Well, she used to be a mob boss.
A long time ago. Okay.
That's a good one, man.
Still enough to be scary to wonder if you're going to wake up in the morning with some guy's gun to your head.
And you're going to risk that on a 64-year-old woman?
I was a horny 18-year-old doing yard work.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
what do you think?
It'd be different if it was the whole 9 yards and it was a hot fucking blonde. I mean, but
You just sound like Gus Grissom in The Right Stuff. The hatch just blew. It was a glitch. I was 18. What was I supposed to do? All right, dude. All right, you banged it.
Well, he won. I mean, if anyone's keeping score, that guy won. 18 and 65.
Oh, these are just getting creepier and creepier. All right,
You boys have a good night.
All right, have a good time. I don't know if I believe this, man. Everybody, this is becoming like
now it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, 19,
I
lost
was 5, and and it was 75-year-old, and I
had a 2-on-1 with 190 years.
I got
vagina.
An 80-year-old took a dump on me.
Here's
Not
a
'cause
guy,
she
here's a
wanted
guy
to.
pretending to be black. Jigaboo Jones, y'all crazy as hell. No, I'm not talking to him.
You know what? I want to talk to JJ.
All right, put him on.
Friends call him JJ.
All right, put him on. JJ, you're on with Dan Nainan. He wants to talk to you. What's your story?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
Wow.
Okay.
Dude, that is the worst black guy.
What's up, my brother?
You
How you doing, man? What's going down?
No, this is black. You can tell he's a black guy.
Wait, is he a real black guy?
Oh, yeah. Come on. He's telling me. Listen to the
Number
authenticity.
one nigga in America. You can't be saying that.
I think he might be.
That's real.
This is
Yeah,
like watching,
I think he is a black guy.
This is like watching somebody bomb an American Idol. Somebody trying to sing.
Oh, y'all crazy. Come on, man.
So what's your story?
I think he is a black guy.
I think he is, but what's his old woman story?
This is a great new segment. I think he's a black guy.
That is a good news segment.
Black guy, man. I'm the blackest guy in America, man. Y'all crazy as hell.
All right, let me ask.
I think he is
okay,
black.
you know what? You know what?
There's a pool over there.
Prove it to me. Prove it to me.
What?
Start telling me some shit only black people know.
I tell you what, go to Yahoo and search number one nigga and see who pops up. I'm serious.
I don't give a shit. No, I want to hear you.
Google it, Danny.
If this is a radio show, that's not going to work. Me being on the internet, that's not going to be exciting.
Well, but be that as it may, do you have a story about an old lady?
Yeah, man.
What is
I was, there's a pool up there. It's a Campanella Park there in Compton. There's a pool there. There was an old bitch, but she was a hot bitch, though. She didn't look all messed up, though. But, you know, the nigga going to the pool, it was free. Went over there, you know, and I used to go over there and knock it out. I was like, I was like 10 years old. I really wasn't just guy shooting blanks back there, though. I don't know how old she was, though.
But you were 10.
Listen, I don't...
Oh, yeah, we used to go over there.
Listen, what's your name?
Jigaboo Jones, my real name. Well, everybody know my name, though.
All right, Jonesy, listen.
Can't tell this guy's really black.
I believe that you're... I don't believe that you fucked an old woman when you were 10, but I do believe that you're black because of the Compton reference. You saw...
Compton's a hacky reference. That's like
everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I bought it. He sold me on it.
But I think he is. But
all right, this is a new segment.
I wrote it down.
Well, can you estimate how old you think she was? But as a 10-year-old, everybody over 20 looks old.
Everybody look like 100 years old when you're that old, though.
Yeah, when you're 10, everybody looks old. So.
Yeah, I was just happy I was doing it. And my friends was like, "Oh no, nigga, you wrong."
Like, how old was Edith Bunker when that show was on? You know, she looked. Yeah, whatever. You know, because when you're little, everybody seems old.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell.
All right, I've gone beyond this. I'm just, I don't know. I'm like 80% convinced. I just don't know why you go by that name.
You guys don't. That's my street name, man. My real name is Nipsey Washington, man.
Nipsey?
But, you know, I don't go by that because people used to make fun of that.
Yeah, I would see that.
Did he just say
Nipsey?
Nipsey?
That's
yeah.
Nipsey Russell.
Like Nipsey Russell.
When were you born?
Not Nipsey Russell, man. That's who my mama named me after because he was famous back then. You know, there weren't a lot of black actors back then when I was.
Plus, I always spoke in rhymes.
Did you hear that? That's so hilarious.
There weren't a lot of black actors.
There weren't a lot of black famous guys. So out of all of them, you could have been Sammy.
You could. There was
How
enough.
about Sydney?
There was enough.
She picked Nipsey. Did your mother go to see Norbit when it first came out?
I went by Tyrone for a long time.
Nipsey.
But, you know, every time you get arrested, they'd like be calling your name out. Nipsey.
What about you could. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it was.
I'm still not 100% about it. What did you get arrested for?
Oh man, you name it. Hey, here's how you can prove who it is. You remember ATMs in LA back in the motherfucking 80s and 90s and stuff?
No.
Man, we was jacking ATMs so bad in L.A. they was going to put a curfew on them motherfuckers. They was going to shut them down.
What was your
doing that? Huh?
Jonesy, no offense,
we was doing that.
No offense, but to have the gall to rob somebody with the name Nipsey, I mean, it's just, I mean, you have to have a robber's kind of name, like like Malcolm or something. Something,
well,
you know.
Back then I went by Big Nip, you know, but then I turned
Big Nip's not bad, you know. Suggests a big man titty holding you down. What exactly was your strategy? How would you go about mugging somebody at an ATM?
Oh, that's easy, man. A lot of times, see, back in the day when the ATM was new, people couldn't figure it out. It wasn't like today where you stick a thing in there, do it like you're flipping hamburgers at McDonald's. You know, people get up.
He's not black. Because black people say McDonald's.
Man, all black people. I done been all around the country.
His strategy was he'd tell them that his name was Nipsey after Nipsey Russell, and while they were on the ground laughing at him, he would steal their money. We got to. Dan's got to split.
Oh,
because he's got a
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was
Thanks,
fun.
Nipsey. We talked about old people fucking, and next thing you know,
we went from overpopulation to.
And check Dan out on dailycomedy.com. He's got what's called a bitcom on there, which is a sitcom on the internet, and the episodes are a few minutes long each, called The Single Bachelor. Dan Nainan, The Single Bachelor, available for free viewing at dailycomedy.com. He's also going to be performing tonight and tomorrow night at Stand Up New York.
And very possibly could be showing up tonight at the after party.
Yes.
All right,
Come on
Dan,
out to the
thanks, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, we're going to take a break,
Thanks
though,
a
right?
lot, Dan.
All right, man. Thanks for listening to Uninformed. We're going to be back for the final hour, talking about fucking old ladies and trying to guess if our listeners are black. Keep listening.
It's Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
And now we return to The Fabulous Life of Warner Brothers Record International, Paramount Pictures. When you're affiliated with one of these conglomerates of the entertainment industry, you don't fly commercial. That's for broke white people and minorities. And when you're fine dining in the friendly skies on a private jet, sometimes you have to make a deposit, but not a monetary one. You have to take a dump. A gigantic lobster-filled surf and turf shit on a royal throne used by the likes of J-Lo, Usher, and Connie Chung. And when the septic tanks on these planes are full, they need special attention. Enter Charlie Gusbert. He's the head septic tank and chemical toilet cleaner for the Air Royal International Airlines. That means when a private jet sewage tank is brimming with celebrity sludge, he gets to hook up the pumping tube and suck it out, baby. But the fun doesn't stop there. He then commandeers the airline lavatory waste transport vehicle. That's the motorized cart used to move the floss and feces from a pimped-out jet to an appropriate disposal location. And at $10,000 a seat, he's transporting up to $100,000 in baller bowel movements per day. Charlie Gusbert, it's good to be you.
Don't need money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride.
All right, you're listening to Uninformed with Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa. That's such a funny bit idea, man. We got to get a voice guy in here to somehow imitate that guy. I can't even listen to that.
I kind of like when you do it, though. It's funny, man.
Because it's so awful.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's, I don't know.
That's like one of those things, like in your head, like in the shower, you think you can sing. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I can imitate that guy. That just sounds like me with a cold.
Just try to do it like you could do it more Robin Leachy,
Dude, don't you think if I could do it better, I would? Hey, listen, man. When for people just tuning in, when we left on break, we were discussing Joe DeRosa at 27 hooking up with a 60-year-old former opening singer of Frank Sinatra. We got a guy here. He might be able to beat you just straight across the board. This is like a World Series of poker moment where you're holding a couple of aces, you think you're all set, and this guy comes in with something else. Okay, James in New Jersey. James.
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
Hey, James.
How you doing, man? Let's hear your story.
Yeah, so I'm about 21 and just got my ID, so me and a couple of fellas, we go to the liquor store, and, the younger girls are loving this because we have liquor now. We go to this one chick's house, and her mother lets her drink and all this good stuff. So we go there, and we're getting them all drunk and all this good stuff. So, everybody else pairs off, and I'm the odd man out, and her mother's out there, and she's been drinking with us the whole time. And she just starts talking about she was a dancer for James Brown when he was touring around, doing the circuit and all that. And I'm just sitting in the living room with her, and, she's getting closer and closer, extra friendly, and I just go, hey, fuck it. And
how old was she?
And, at the time, she probably was like mid-40s.
And how old were you again?
21. I was 21. I know I don't win the age difference war there, but
I bet she still looked pretty good, though, right?
No. No, I'm not even. I could lie. I'm not even going to lie to America like that. No.
Okay. All right. You break it down. I want to hear what she looked like. Did she have one of those bodies where you could tell? Like, you ever see a girl where you're just like, God, man, you like try to think of the year, like 1993, she was killing them. and he could just tell she had 3 kids, and then it's over. What is shame?
She just looked used. Like if you look at the car and the paper, and you know everything looks fairly decent, but you just see some dents and scratches. You know.
Then you show up to buy it, and the radio's gone. That's like a C-section scar.
That's like that scene in Pulp Fiction when he puts the blankets on the seats. First glance, everything appears to be normal.
Well, she had on tight jeans, you know, and it looked all good with tight jeans, but you pull them down, and then just the top half of the legs, from the ass down to the thighs, were just squeezed in, like, you know, that.
And everything just dropped.
Like squeeze out the icing on the cake in.
I was gonna say it looks like the soft serve at Dairy Queen, just drooping down over the knees.
And she had just crazy makeup on it. You know, after drinking, you know how you start sweating a little bit when she's sweating and there's so much fucking makeup on. And it was one of those things the next day when you still feel your fucking shame. You look at your shirt and just got makeup on, like your shoulder and shit.
James, I'm going to ask you a very important question right now.
Yes.
How did her pussy smell?
Yeah, that was part of the problem.
Did it smell like James Brown's feet after the second set at the Apollo?
You know what? It smells like James Brown's feet right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. It was one of those things where even as you're doing it, you know, like, I'm a fucking loser, man. What the fuck am I doing?
Let me ask you this: How long was the shower afterwards?
You know what? I actually took a shower, washed up, and tried to pour rubbing alcohol on my dick to try and like get everything off. It was like,
Did you raw dog it?
No. Use the condom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
It was like around the base of like your dick and all that. You just the smell of condom and just.
Plus, you also had to be thinking as you're banging her, like all the different band members who fucked her, like Bootsy Collins.
Yeah.
He had 2 drummers in the band. I mean, right there, they're always dogs. You know.
And the worst part was, as I'm doing it, I know, you know, the other guys I'm with, they're in the other room, actually fucking some quality girls, and I'm the fucking loser.
Did you ever own up to it with them?
Oh, no.
James,
it was one of those things. It was one of those things they had said, so what were you doing out there? I'm like, oh, no, I was just out there. I passed out, man. I was drunk as hell, and that's it, man.
James, and one
last thing, the last dude that called, he's definitely not black.
Yeah, I didn't think about the Jigaboo Jones. Yeah, I didn't feel that.
Yeah, he's not black.
James, if being 21 and fucking an old tramped out dancer doesn't surmise living in America, you should have been cranking that fucking song while you were plowing her. That's great.
Well, the best thing I could say, you know, if I could ever tell that story and get past people asking how she looked and how she smelled, you know, I fucked somebody that an icon probably fucked. I mean,
someone, who was a backup singer for an icon.
That's how I looked at it. I was like, Sinatra probably banged this chick at one point, or maybe she blew him. I've got Sinatra's fall off right now. That's not so bad.
Or maybe she felt lonely during a threesome.
Yeah. Hold on, baby. I got to get back to me.
Yo, hey, but before you go, did you hear my theory about black people and lotion?
Yeah.
What do you think? Any truth to that?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, my brothers, they live up in Massachusetts. They do not put any shit on their face, and they got crow's feet like you can't believe.
Well, you know what? The lotion, that's one thing. The worst part, you white folks don't all use washcloths. Just soap, a bare bar soap.
That's bad?
No scrubbing power. Just a plain old bar soap against your skin. That's like rubbing marbles on you. It's just there's no scrubbing power there. Guys are filthy.
You know what? I just learned something. I had no idea. You have a washcloth? Do you have like a little loofah?
Yeah, you gotta use a washcloth.
Oh my God!
How are you gonna use a plain smooth piece of soap and rub it across your?
I don't know, James. Probably the same way you could stick your cock in a 45-year-old dancer whose pussy stunk. You know, probably from that sort of fruition.
All right, James. Thanks for calling, man.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Thanks, James.
Right, keep listening.
Thank you. He's a good caller. He should call it back again. He's a good
Absolutely.
He's a good go-to
So
guy.
just using a bar of soap is bad.
It's a fucking conspiracy. I didn't know that.
It's like a guy. Yeah.
They're trying to keep us down by not telling us we need to use washcloths. I didn't fucking know that.
Dan, don't you hate when Joe tries to shoehorn the next topic?
I was purposely doing that as an inside joke to you guys. I was being a douche. By the way,
Joe, you don't need to try. That's all I'm saying.
Call me. I think it'd be funny. These guys were making fun of me from the first episode because apparently I suck at moving into a topic gracefully. I'm like, and speaking of tractors, Bill, I just happened to be thinking,
Yeah, you just did that. Which is what I'm trying to do.
But I was doing it to be funny just then. So if you guys hear me actually do it, call me on it immediately. I think that'd be funny.
That's great. Why is he having a pitch meeting for the next show?
It's not. I'm just saying.
While we're on the air.
Do
you realize we didn't go to break there, Joe? It's really sitting there like we're on break.
It popped into my head. I went with it. I'm very organic. That's all. We want to.
So I want to talk about conspiracy theory, and I love this is one of my favorite topics out there because I'm one of those people if you have any sort of conspiracy, I automatically believe it. Joe was giving me shit recently the other day. If anybody out there, I don't know if I'm going to seem like a loon here, but I actually fucking...
You are going to seem like a loon.
All right. Well, somebody sent me something on MySpace about fluoride and was basically telling me that, since I was a kid, you always heard fluoride, it helps toughen up your enamel and you won't get cavities.
They brought it to our classroom when we were kids and you'd have to gargle with it every morning.
Jesus Christ.
I'm serious.
You're going to love to listen to this because somebody sent me this shit saying that fluoride is actually a poison. And I'm literally using natural toothpaste now. Listen to this shit. This is the conspiracy, the fluoride conspiracy. At the end of World War II, I'm going to fucking skip through the most of this. There's some guy, he's a fucking dude. And he was, this guy, where am I? Okay, at the end of World War II, the U.S. government sent Charles Eliot Perkins, a research worker in chemistry, biochemistry, physiology, and pathology. So right there, the guy's getting no pussy, right? You can't read all those fucking books. That guy is just rubbing them out while he's reading. He's got a dick in a beaker. His big thing's a spooge on like a petri dish.
He just uses his load as his bookmark when he's finished.
Oh yeah, he's got a microscope tickling his taint. All right. So, anyways, this guy was in charge to take charge of the Farben chemical plants in Germany, and the German chemist is there. Listen to this. Told Perkins of a scheme where they had devised during the World War and had been adapted by the German General Staff. The German chemist explained of their attempt to control the population in any given area through the mass medication of drinking water with sodium fluoride.
Right.
A tactic used in German and Russian prisoner of war camps to make prisoners stupid and docile.
Right. Now, here's what I want to know. Now, I'm...
Norbit, the number one movie in the country right now.
Just to support our sources here, some of the information we're going to be talking about is coming out of the Rough Guide to Conspiracy Theories by James McAnachie and Robin Tudge, I guess is how that's pronounced. But in that book it says the same thing, that some believe that fluoride is a Nazi, communist, CIA... government ploy, blah, 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 blah. All the same shit you're talking about. Now, what I want to know, though, is...
It's not shit, dude. It's fucking true.
What I want to know is...
I believe it.
This is what I want to know. Is that proven that Nazi and communist governments had actually done that, or is it just theorized that they had done that?
I got it right here in print, man.
Is that the gemstone file?
I got it, man. I got it right here. Dude, I'm saying, right, you walk around, have you seen just people, the looks on them? You walk by a food court, that's fluoride, man. Everybody sitting there with their fucking mouth hanging open.
I don't think that's fluoride. I think
orange chicken.
I think that's mainstream mediocrity, but I wouldn't argue that the mainstream media has been purposely dumbed down to dumb down
Joe,
the public
can you
in the
stick
same
with
way.
one conspiracy here?
Well, I'm saying... you know what? I don't know how I feel about this one. I can't say that I don't believe that pumping fluoride into the water supply is a way to dumb down the public, but I don't know if that's been proven, is my point. Has anybody proven...
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they would do something like that?
It seems a little extreme. It seems a little...
I don't understand people who trust the government, who actually think that they're going to do, like, money's involved. You take the average asshole, Joe, listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
You take the average you got your face in the book.
No, just go ahead. I'm listening.
You take the average asshole, okay? Just a regular guy, whatever, right? You make him a bouncer. You give him a little bit of power, he immediately becomes a dick, right? So you get people up at the governmental level... That kind of power,
yeah, but the bouncer doesn't start roofing everybody that walks through the door. So
no, he doesn't. But you know what he does? Like they'll just beat the shit out of somebody just for the sake of it because they think it's funny.
I know a lot of bouncers that don't do that. So I mean, that's kind of a.
I know a bouncer who does do it. So that cancels out your fictitious bouncer that you just brought up.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the counter argument.
Danny, let me ask you this: we need to bounce something off somebody. Let me before you get into the counter over there. Would you believe that that people would that there was enough money and power involved that they would or whatever, just trying to control people, that they would actually put something in the water supply just to keep people kind of even keeled?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I would definitely go there.
Why wouldn't you think that? Like, I think like fast food, I think those are all owned by the government. Like anytime the government fucks up, like McDonald's has like a new sandwich all of a sudden, just to kind of...
I mean, as far-fetched as it can sound to somebody, it's perfectly plausible to another.
But then why can't... Bill, why can't you believe then? We had the argument the other day about the media, the mainstream media being dumb, and I said it's of certain people's opinions that it's good for morale for radio and television and movies to be mediocre. So you stay dumb, you stay in one place, you don't feel stupid, you actually feel superior to it. And you were like, do you actually believe that? Like you acted like it was the most ridiculous thing ever. So how can you believe?
Because you didn't have it in print, Joe.
I went
on the internet, and that's what I'm saying, Joe. The point of this, Joe, is I never look at the other side. Okay. All you got to do is just tell me some sort of conspiracy. If I read it, I fucking believe it. And now, after 30-something years of brushing with Crest, I said, fuck Crest. I actually called them up. I called up their office, and they said, hello, this is Crest. I said, yeah, this is Bill Burr. Fuck Crest. And the lady said, well, listen, I just answered the phones. This really isn't, I didn't come up with it. I don't know why you're coming down on me. And I said, you know what, you're right. If you could pass that on to one of your higher-ups. I said, fuck Crest. And she promised me that she would. So now, I am now brushing with this.
This is the counter-argument.
I can't even... Aeromare. It's an herbal toothpaste that includes the toothbrush
Christ.
trees, neem, and pilu.
Did that come free in a box of tampons?
I feel better.
Here's the counter argument. It's important that we just lay out both sides of this. American Dental Association claims to have continuously endorsed fluoride in community water supplies. Environmental Protection Agency, the American Medical Association, the National Academy of Sciences all endorse the National Research Council fluoride review.
That's all governmental
which
shit.
Which is cited by doctors, dentists, researchers, public health officials, and it underlies that the safety of fluoride, the benefits of putting fluoride in the water.
I give you a big phooey on that.
Dentists aren't... What does a dentist have to... they're not linked to the government. It's your dad's a dentist, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but he didn't do any research on fluoride. He just fucking showed up.
Well, neither did we.
I did. I actually did research on this one, too. Dude, don't you understand that a fucking dentist... First of all, he's not a goddamn scientist. He's not going to be out on a lake with one of those little glass things shaking it. Doing that shit, right? Trying to figure out stuff, okay?
Why on a lake? Why would he be... Why is he on a
water
lake?
Supply, a reservoir.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
All right.
So what I'm saying, dude, is that someone who becomes a dentist is no different than someone who went to customer service. You're not striking out on your own. Like I'm gonna cut my own path. You're basically you're a cubicle. You don't have a cubicle, but
I agree with that point, but my point is also what I'm saying is also, in addition to that, is that also means a dentist has no idea to be part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? And I think it takes
I think it's in the books. The government approves the books. They read the books. Everybody's been paid. They've been paid back in the day. Somehow it goes back to the Rockefellers. Let's talk to Brendan here on line 7.
Okay.
Brendan from Wisconsin. What do you think about what I'm thinking? Do you think I'm an idiot for switching to Aeromare?
Bill, you have no idea. You have no idea how right you are. It was 1984. I had hosted a German student in '82 at my house. My family did, and so after I graduated, I went to Germany. I used to catch total hell because my feet would stink. You'd wear socks and leather shoes in summer, and they took me to this old family doctor, take me in the back way into the hospital, and he gives me formaldehyde to mix in like a 4-to-1 ratio. Soak your feet in this for 3 days, everything will be fine. But while we're sitting there talking to this guy, the father of the family we stayed with was kind of a connected government official type guy, and we get to talking about with Dr. Tony about different ways that the German government used chemical treatments to control their population, and exactly what you're talking about, sodium fluoride, came up. He was one of the guys that administered the program. This is absolutely true, and he said it was one of the greatest things they ever did to get compliance in the early 30s and all throughout the 30s. It made the entire rise of the Third Reich completely possible.
This is with using sodium fluoride, and
sodium fluoride.
And I know there's different. I read up on this different kinds of fluoride, but this is like the fluoride that's allegedly like in toothpaste.
My point is this, though, with that, if the Third Reich actually did it, right?
Yes.
Did fluoride make the fucking Third Reich possible, or did the guns and smashing the shop windows and shooting people and massive fucking homicides make the Third Reich?
Well, if you go back to the 1933 Reichstag fire, all that set in motion had to have a base of control underneath it. You needed to be able to have that fear take root. Kind of sounds similar to 2001 when Bill Hicks used to always do his rant about American gladiators. Go back to bed, America. You have the freedom to do what we tell you. And the whole deal about how we're so dumbed down by our television today, when they want to do these things and make us fearful of our government and then enact horrific laws to take over our freedoms, it's almost a replay of the whole thing from 70 years ago.
So Brent, thanks for calling in. Okay, so we got a guy. We actually got a guy calling in. He's probably going to be insulted the way I described dentists. We got Joe from Maryland calling uninformed. Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa, who actually is a dentist. What's going on, Joe?
Hey,
guys. I was just the fluoride thing, you said it was a poison, and that's true in large amounts, but so is almost any medication you would take. So, you're not going to stop taking Motrin for a headache just because if you take a whole bottle of it, it's going to kill you.
What I read here was it says that, if you actually put it on your teeth, it might be a good thing, but it's not meant to be ingested, and they have it in, that they have it in the drinking water. It's not like it's just like in toothpaste. They also have it in the drinking water, which, according to this conspiracy, is saying that it's used to, keep the basically the population stupid and docile. What did they tell you when you went to dental school? Did they ever bring up fluoride? Did they have some chick come out with hot legs dressed like a tooth, and they just kind of fucking put fluoride on? He said, "All right, fluoride's a good thing." Did you ever know anybody who did any, because I'm seriously asking, because I got totally freaked out and I switched to this natural toothpaste because, I don't know, I get freaked out by shit like that.
You might feel smart, but you're going to have a hell of a lot of cavities to deal with.
I have no cavities.
Well, that's because you just switched.
Yeah, but how do you know? You've done no research on natural toothpaste.
Well, that's not exactly true. I have done research, but, it just is part of my dental school training. I did some research, not particularly on that subject.
Yeah, but he's in the Matrix, man.
I've read a lot.
This guy's in the Matrix.
I agree with what he's saying, man. It's large doses of anything. Look, perfect example of what we're talking about. This guy's bringing up. Not this guy. The last guy was bringing up 2001. So let's talk about current situation in the United States. Has fluoride in the water prevented anybody in our country from yelling out against Bush and reacting negatively against his policies and the war in Iraq and all that stuff? Nobody's sitting at home going, okay, we'll go to war. It's nobody's doing that. So I don't know. I don't see what it's doing.
I think it's. That was a fantastic impression of somebody stupid. Sodium alone is poison, this guy's saying. We got some people on my side. Let me just actually talk. I just want to talk to maybe some regular people if they decided to switch or something, because I'm totally freaked out. The same way I got freaked out by antiperspirant. It's like you're literally putting a chemical on your body that stops you from sweating. How the fuck is that health? I mean, right? Just common sense. That's fucked up.
I understand
it's like those
that.
pink. You ever see those pink snowballs with the mushrooms inside that people eat? It's like why would
snowballs.
You? Yeah, why would you eat that fucking thing? It's wrong. On like 8, it's like yeah, but it's coconut covered pig assholes.
Why would you eat an apple that's been sprayed with preservatives? You know, did you ever see 28 Days
I know.
Later?
I'm trying to go to the organic stores. I'm buying into all this shit, Joe. Buying into all of it. All right, let's talk to G-String. G-String, what's up, man? You're on Uninformed.
Yeah, hey, well, there's a couple of ways you can tell if fluoride's bad for you. Look at the material data handling safety sheet on it, and that comes from, like, our government, and it'll tell you, like, 1/10 of a grain or something, and it's permeable to the brain just by, like, near brain, like, it's into you. Anyway.
Yeah, like affects your thyroid or something like that? See, Joe, that's what I'm saying, like they don't do it enough so everybody fucking dies. They do it just enough. So just enough people are, as you say, sitting on the fucking couch, Joe, and you go on the road, man, and you perform, and when you look out, dude, you can't feel, people are getting dumber.
I know, but then why am I not that way, then?
Because you don't brush your teeth, Joe.
Shut down right now.
I've been meaning to tell you about your breath.
But you know,
there's a town shut down because of fluoride poisoning right near you guys called Love Canal. A place where people won't live called Love Canal, where they're actually repopulating now, but it's like right near Niagara.
Okay, you really need to look that up. Oh, Niagara made it seem kind of true. There's actually a town called Love Canal.
Love Canal. It's called a town called Love Canal. It's a Superfund site. If you look up Superfund, Google Superfund Love Canal.
Oh well, Jesus Christ! I mean,
all right.
But if it's a Superfund site, you know, that's a whole nother fucking issue with health, the healthiness of the area to live.
All right, here's somebody who's believing you. Okay, Mike in New Jersey, line 5. Mike, what's up, man? You think I'm nuts?
Yeah, you're a little nuts, dude, because look at it this way. The world's pretty fucked up right now as it is, so the fluoride ain't working. And I got one question. Why don't people start putting it in, Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? Because that would solve some
Can I address your first point? Can I address your first point? The world is fucked up for a lot of people who are under the thumb of a lot of people, but the world is fucking great now for a very select few who are making a shitload of money.
Well, I agree with that. I believe in that. I mean, so that's why I'm so torn on this. I don't like how he had to go racist on it, though.
What do you say?
Why aren't they putting fluoride in Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? It's.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Why does everybody have to go racist? I don't understand.
It's a little. I don't know what it is.
Just as
okay. Here's a guy who wants to ease my mind. Is that Arkansas? Scott, what's up, man? You gonna ease my mind about fluoride? Because I'm telling you, man, I'm freaking out about this shit.
Hey, well, and you're not crazy because that's what that propaganda machine does. That's what they feed off of. And half these people that are saying fluoride's bad are selling stuff that is going to help you rid your body of this fluoride. And, I'm a dentist, and, fluoride, hey, it's in the earth, it's in the water, and when they fluoridate,
put in the water.
Drinking water.
All right, time out. It was put in the water. It was put in the water.
Okay, what they actually do is they're adjusting the naturally occurring levels of fluoride to a beneficial level. If you go out to the ocean, you test a sample of that, there's going to be fluoride in the ocean.
Well, there's a bunch of different kinds of fluoride. Are you saying there's sodium fluoride?
I really don't know the answer to that question.
And you know what? I got to respect for you the fact that you didn't say that, because you know what? I only half knew about that, too, because I just read it, so I was really going on a limb. So we're both a couple of fucking idiots, which really is what this show is.
But he raises an interesting point with the whole fear and consumption argument of these companies that are, it's just like when.
But dude, it's propaganda on both sides.
I know, but I'm just supporting that side of it.
Right.
But it's just like with health food when it was like all of a sudden it was like, hey everybody, steak and most meat is bad for you, so come into this health food vegan-y place and be charged up your ass for a fucking salad with nuts in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I see what you're saying.
All right, Scott. Thanks for calling. Here's a guy a little more hardcore. Go to line 8. Hey, Tom in Connecticut. What's up, man? You're on Uninformed. What's going on?
You are a moron. There's one pipe that goes into the Pentagon that isn't affected with the fluoride water. What do you think? What happens with this conspiracy people when they go on vacation? Do they take their own unfluoride water with them?
All right, slow down.
Where are the people that run this conspiracy?
Oh, that's what. Okay, I know what you're saying. That was the one where like I should have prefaced this with like I always believe like 80% of the theory, a conspiracy theory. Then I think the person's a moron, or I think or
because it can't work.
What? Well, what the fuck? You know everything. I don't like how you're speaking in.
I know more
absolute. Oh, I live in Connecticut.
Jesus Christ, no.
You know what? Why don't you go sit on a tube of fucking fluoride? Go fuck yourself. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, who puts the fluoride in the water? Who's doing it?
Well, the suspicion is that the government is doing it. That's the conspiracy part.
Where do they get their water from?
Why the fuck are you so angry?
Yeah, why are you yelling? Why can't you just make your points?
I listen to Bill Burr spew this shit day after day whenever he co-hosts for Jim Norton. I gotta sit next to him and he fucking bullshits 20 fucking different conspiracies.
He said I gotta sit next to him.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay,
is this somebody from?
No, I love this guy. Let me ask you a question. Can you at least give me one? Not one. You said 20. I've said 20 different conspiracy theories. I want to hear. Rattle off like 7 of them.
One's the World Trade Center. You've talked about that one.
I never talked about that one.
This conspiracy with that stupid book that you recommended, with that fucking guy that traveled around with the oil conspiracy.
Did you read it?
I read half of it. I read enough of it. I read as much as Anthony read.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
And then you have there's another.
No. Tell me about the book. Tell me about the book. You read the book. I want to hear about it.
The oil guy? He wants to be some fucking secret agent. He was some.
Tell me about the book.
Low-level government worker.
Tell me. You're not telling me about the book. You didn't read the book.
All right, okay. It's written by this guy who is this low-level fucking government worker that wants to be this hero, so he talks like he's a secret agent. Meanwhile, he was a paper.
No, this is your opinion. This is your opinion on the book. You're not even saying what.
My opinion.
You're not saying what it's about, sir.
The book stunk. I read it like a...
all right, hang on. All right, Tom. You know what, Tom? You have to keep calling in. I'm loving you hating me.
No, you know something? You all the time have these conspiracy theories. Tell me where the fucking fluoride water isn't. That the government, they can drink it.
First of all...
He makes it... He does...
Can you just fan yourself for half a second? First of all, I said I get like 80% of the way. And, dude, I definitely thought, well, the guys putting it in the water also have kids who are going to be drinking water. And I brought that up, but maybe I didn't bring it up here.
Yeah.
Like, I brought that up. But I didn't feel the need to yell at it. There, angry guy, angry Tom in Connecticut.
You changed your toothpaste for it. You actually were proactive because of some bullshit story that you actually believed.
Dude, it's 50 fucking 50. The way I look at it.
I gotta jump.
Stupid.
I gotta jump in with this.
I like how this guy is not a scientist on any level, yet he knows everything.
I am a scientist.
I gotta jump in. Hold on, wait. I gotta jump in with this. It's just too perfect of a time because this guy is railing Bill for how paranoid he is. I was over Bill's house one day, and you know those games they have like at the top of the MySpace page, Danny, right? Yeah. Where it's like you play it with your mouse, and it's like beat the rabbit in a race and win an iPod. And you have to click the mouse.
Really, those terrible Flash games.
Bill is playing it. And I'm standing there watching him, and he turns, you know, these fuckers, you know who makes these games? Is the fucking companies that make the mouse. And that way I fucking keep clicking it, and I break the fucking mouse, and I gotta go buy a new mouse, because I'm trying to beat I'm trying to win a fucking PlayStation 3, and I just go, dude, you are out of your fucking mind.
But dude, I'm only like 80%. All right, Tom, you've yelled at me enough. Call in a month, dude. You gotta save that anger, dude.
After party. I will see you at the after party.
All right.
Okay,
Come
all right.
down.
I'll buy you a drink,
Come
all right?
down.
All right, Tom, thanks for listening and yelling at me.
Douchebag.
You know what? I gotta admit, I do deserve a lot of that, because I definitely get like paranoid. But dude, you gotta also admit, like you've seen in like these cigarette ads, how like that Joe Camel, they try to make his nose look like some sort of, it was a cock or something like that.
Stop it.
You don't believe in that shit? Like the subliminal shit? You don't believe in any of that?
What was making his nose...
Huh?
His nose looks like a cock. So what does that have to do with it? I mean, I've heard that, but I've never understood why that would make you want to buy cigarettes. Because his nose looks like a dick.
Look, I'm not saying whether it works or not, but dude,
what's the reasoning behind that? I'm asking you.
I don't know, dude. I didn't do the advertisement, but I can give you one that they actually did admit to, like back in the day, like when they would show you films in the movie theater, they would quickly flash like food or something like that,
right.
And it would subliminally get in your fucking head, and you'd go out and go do it. So I'm not even saying the shit works, but if they try to do stuff like that, and to sit there and if you see some of the horrific shit that leaders of the world have done to their own, Saddam dropped poison on his own fucking people. Why wouldn't they slide just a little bit in there just to keep everybody kind of mellow?
Dude, it's not unbelievable. It's not, but I mean, the strong argument is, and it actually came from that guy, which is, if they're the ones putting it in the water, then they have to drink it too, you know. So
we got to talk to. Okay, here's a water tech who wants to ease my mind. Everyone wants to ease my mind. Okay, all these guys in the Matrix though. Silver in Wisconsin. He probably killed that other guy from Wisconsin who believed in me. Silver, what's going on? Can you have me calm down so I can go back to Crest?
No, I can't tell you anything about toothpaste, but I can let you drink the water out of your faucet again.
What?
First, let me ask you this. Did you skip 3rd grade?
Did I? No. I actually did first grade twice because my brother flunked the fucking 3rd grade, and my dad had an all-for-one, one-for-all policy. So when he had to stay back, I had to stay back, too. It sucked.
I love you guys. All right. The amount of... You fuckers are crazy. The amount of sodium fluoride in drinking water is like 1 part sodium fluoride to about 185 million parts water.
Okay, now let me ask you that. Let me ask you a question about that. So how the fuck is that helping my teeth?
How's it helping your teeth?
If it's that little.
Because it's very potent.
So that kills your whole argument, dude. You just killed your whole argument. You're telling me it's very potent.
Yes, it's very potent.
Dude, you know what you do? You open and close the fucking drawbridge at a reservoir.
No.
Did you know that you don't need to study at all to have that job either? Like, anybody can get it. Like, you don't even need like a GED.
Guys,
you don't even need
That is true. That is very true.
Oh, it is?
Everything that...
I was just trying to piss him off, and he went with it.
No, everything that I learned on the job. I started this job when I was 18. I'm 37 now.
Well, Tom, come down to the after party tonight.
Yo, I gotta bring that up. I didn't realize that. Okay, thanks for coming down. That was Anthony?
We'll go to line 6.
Anthony was calling in, that son of a bitch?
I thought that...
Anthony.
That was Anthony. That wasn't Tom from Connecticut.
Dude, you fucking... is this somebody telling me that's not Anthony?
Dude.
Yeah, Billy, you sit next to him all the time. You should know it's Anthony.
He said in the call, I sit next to you and got to listen to this shit every day. I leaned over and I go, is this fucking Norton or somebody? Like, I thought that too.
Oh, I was just literally like, this guy's calling me a douchebag, so I went on fuck you mode. So I wasn't even listening to details.
I think he was fucking with you.
No, he wasn't. He was fucking with me in that he wasn't letting me know it was him, but he meant everything that he said. I should have known it was him when it was the same. When he had read the exact same portion of the book. Like, the guy's a fucking douchebag. Well, that's hilarious.
Either way, we'll be at the after party tonight, right? And come on down.
After party.
Maybe Tom from Connecticut can show up. That's fucking hilarious.
Come on,
son of a bitch.
He even said it. He goes, "I'll see you at the after party." And Danny told us
after party
that he was coming. So.
Well, a lot of other listeners said that they were coming. That doesn't make you Anthony.
Nobody said it.
No, one other person said that they were coming.
Did we get one that's coming? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Collins Bar on 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street.
After party.
Collins Bar, 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th.
And we're going to take a break here. We're talking about Fluoride. Evidently, I'm a jackass, and I can't recognize the voice of a guy who I sit next to. I don't remember arguing about 9/11. You know what it is? A lot of times I don't listen to Anthony. I just zone him out. I find him to be very boring. He's just like a well-read redneck. That's all he is. You know what I mean? And he's got a wonderful car, and I'm really going to take my apartment key and scratch it tonight if he shows up to the after party.
It's hilarious.
All right, man. Thanks for listening.
After party.
We'll be back in a minute.
Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
Tonight, get your motherfucking asshole down to the goddamn motherfucking after party. After party. Only at the Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue, between 46th and 47th Street. The after party. After party. Featuring Bill goddamn Burr and Joe motherfucking DeRosa. Tonight, you gotta come to the after party. After party. It's at the Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue, between 46th and 47th Street. Fuck! There's gonna be beer, booze, pretzels, some music, hopefully, bathrooms, toilets and sinks in the bathrooms, probably some soap and paper towels in there too. running water, people of both sexes, hors d'oeuvres if they still serving food, and upstairs, a downstairs, a front door that you can use if you want to go outside to smoke, a back door that you're not allowed to, it's for employees only, all types of shit. Goddamn, tonight, the motherfucking after party. Collins Bar, 735 8th Avenue, between 46th and 47th Street. Cocksucker!
All right, you're listening to the final 20 minutes of Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. And we want to thank our good friend from the rap group Deep,
Bernard Valentine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bernard, for doing those spots for us, man. They sound awesome. Thank you.
For the after party. God, I can't believe I didn't know that was Anthony. What a fucking dope I am. I also love that my stupid theories annoy him so much that he's probably been listening for like all 3 shows, just waiting for me to somehow start spewing out my horse shit so that he could just ruin my fucking night and act like he was here. God bless you.
That was great.
Son of a bitch.
That was really great, man.
Yeah.
That was really, really
I hope
funny.
you spill a ginger ale on your fucking PlayStation.
I had a hunch. Right. I had a hunch.
So anyway, somebody actually, and so what's funny is during the break, both Danny and somebody waiting, Keith, was saying, Bill, you spent 2 hours arguing about 9/11 with Anthony, and I literally argue with him so much, I have like a vague, recollection. I remember arguing about the book, but I don't even remember arguing about 9/11.
You have an ability to
annoy people,
tune out during an argument, and do other. We got in an argument.
Yeah, but I won't forget an argument.
But we got into an argument before the last show when we were arguing about Air America, and it was fucking hilarious because it was like we were married or some shit. Because you just started doing dishes mid-argument, but you were still fully in it. You were like over your shoulder. Yo, your fucking problem, Joe. You fucking lean side.
Hey, I got strong opinions, and I like to keep a clean fucking house.
That was really funny. So we during the break.
So anyways, I gotta admit, so I don't know what the deal is. We were talking about fluoride, whether it's actually dumbing down the population or stopping cavities. Could you fucking have more extreme views? This is this is great. So I'm gonna stick with the herbal toothpaste, but I gotta admit, in the back of my head, I've already envisioned going to the dentist with
Have you asked your dad about this? He's a dentist.
They're in the Matrix, man. They got spoon-fed that shit. Dude, that's like, did you ever see the story on Christopher Columbus and then you read the real story on some of the shit? I'm not saying that horrific shit, he's over here chopping off arms and shit, and I'm, picturing him dressed like he's on the Quaker Oats box, coming over here patching up canoes for the Indians.
Yeah, but you also, Bill told me during the break, believes that the conspiracy theory that we never landed on the moon.
I believe that's
quite possible.
Aspects of that, and I'm going to tell you why I believe in that shit, is because all these fucking nerds out there with their telescopes, they're always looking at the moon, and they never go, hey, yeah, I was looking at it the other night. I saw that car that we left up there.
What?
I saw the flag. I mean, if you can fucking see Pluto, you can see the goddamn, that fucking gremlin that we left up there.
I don't know.
And you never see it.
I don't know if you could see that. I don't know if...
But you don't know that you couldn't.
I don't know if the detail...
that is the genius of this show, Joe.
The detail of what you would see in the view...
There's a guy called Jewish Monkey who agrees with me.
Jewish Monkey. All right.
Jewish Monkey, you've been hanging for a half hour, man. What's going on? What's your conspiracy theory?
Well, first off, I'd like to say, if you're really worried about fluoride that much, why don't you stick with rainwater and clear alcohol?
I'm working my way towards it.
Your essence really isn't that worried.
I started with toothpaste. Like, you ever see a fat fuck try to lose weight? He cuts out donuts first.
This guy raises a great point, though, because it's like, and I'm not saying that you're worried about it, but it's such a dumb thing to worry about for the people that are actually concerned about this. I had this discussion when I was in college with my roommate. He was an airbrush artist at a amusement park, and I was like, dude, I got to quit smoking because it's bad for me. And he was like, dude, I'm an airbrush artist. The fumes that I breathe in every day could easily give me cancer. That's why I got to wear that little fucking, that little paper fucking Michael Jackson mask.
Right.
He's like, dude, anything's going to get you. There's so much detrimental shit out there that you're ingesting at all times, and just because it doesn't have a big fucking warning on it doesn't mean it's not bad. And
why would you think I don't understand that?
But I'm not saying that you worry about fluoride like this. What I'm saying is the people that are getting that wrapped up in this, that are like, oh my God, we've got to stop it. It's ridiculous.
Nobody, dude. First of all, nobody is.
No, that's not true.
About fluoride. You go out in bars and that's what people are talking about? That sounds like a bad entertainment. The conspiracy everybody's talking about, you know, whenever celebrities break up, they'll be like the relationship everybody's talking about. You're like, nobody's talking about that.
Beyonce did a fluoride ad and
all right, so evidently, you know.
All right.
People think.
What about the moon, though? I want to hear if anybody else agrees with Bill's harebrained idea that the moon was never.
First of all, it's not my idea. There's plenty of books on it. No, this is my deal. This is my inherently. I don't trust people. I just don't. I think they're full of shit, and I think, you know, people. I just listen to the bullshit that comes out of my mouth. Half this fluoride shit I'm talking about, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, why do I believe some guy just because he's got a fucking lab coat on? I'm supposed to listen to this guy? He's not the guy running the shit. They're all like, you look at the president, dude. You can't get mad at George Bush. That guy. That's like getting mad at Jennifer Aniston because there's a bad episode of Friends. She's not writing the shit.
I understand that, but the other side of that argument, you got the guy in the lab coat. Then the other side of the argument is the hippie guy that lives in the commune that won't eat bread and wraps all the sandwiches in lettuce. You know, it's like it's both. That's the problem with these fucking things. Is either side of it is plausible, but at the same time completely fucking insane. You know what I mean?
Dude, do you think I don't know what I mean? I'm absolutely. I know, right. Dude, you think I don't realize how fucking nuts it is that I went to some fucking place to buy herbal toothpaste?
Where did you buy that? What kind of... You
know what? I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I never look at signs. I just look in the windows, and if it seems to have some of the shit that I'm kind of looking for, I'll walk into. Unless it's like a Macy's.
What always makes me laugh with those health food, and organic whatever stores is, you know, the shelves are loaded with, you know, natural toothpaste and organic this and organic that and oatmeal shampoo, and then always right in the fucking counter they have power bars, and it's like, so I'm supposed to buy all this other shit because using chemically enhanced shampoo is bad for me, and using this type of toothpaste is bad for me. And then, but you're going to tell me that it's perfectly healthy to skip meals and eat one of these fucking chocolate bars, and I'm going to get everything I need. It's retarded.
Joe, you're not going to walk in any place and it's going to be 100% cool. Okay, I'm just they're trying. I mean, this is you talking. You don't even have any shoulders, Joe. If anybody should be going into that fucking health food. What is the vitamin you take to get... It's not that he lacks the shoulders, it's the what is that muscle that comes down from your neck?
What? The trapezius.
Yeah, the trapezius.
My mommy calls it character.
All right, whatever. Fuck the conspiracy.
Did anybody...
Evidently, it's me and that one guy from Germany.
Do you think I read another one in this book, this rough guide to conspiracy theories, that they... actually know how to make an eternal light bulb that would last for forever. That would last just forever, but they won't release it because then the big light bulb companies would go out of business.
Absolutely. Why would you put yourself out of business?
But do you believe that they actually know how to make an eternal light bulb?
If you could invent a mannequin that could go out and do your fucking act, would you do it? You don't get paid.
No.
He gets all the fucking pussy.
I understand the logic of
that mannequin just banging away with an awful striped sweatshirt on.
What is your beef with this thing?
Joe, I'm just trying to keep the flow going here. You can insult me anytime you want.
It's a good sweater.
Easy target.
But you're a fucking plane dresser. That's what annoys me about it, is you don't go out on any limbs with your clothing.
Because you're in the Matrix, man.
You're a plane dresser. There's nothing to pick out about your outfit. There's just nothing. It's too fucking plain.
It's too. You understand the fact that there's plenty of shit to make fun of me about. The fact that I'm wearing the thermal under the T-shirt. Well, not only a played out look, but for a look for somebody 20 years younger than me. There's all kinds of shit you could. Why don't you just say I don't have the comedic ability to fucking just trash me right now?
Well, that's just mean.
I really noticed like halfway through it started getting fucking mean. It started getting mean. It's the last, fucking 12 minutes here. It's getting mean. Joe, are you a religious guy?
No, I'm not, Bill. But now that you mention it, I was thinking, if I was, what would I give up for Lent?
First of all, I don't think there's anybody out there. If anybody out there has actually given up anything for Lent, I want to hear somebody who isn't like basically in the age group that Joe DeRosa would take a fucking swing at. 60-year-old women.
They're all about Lent, dude. They're all in it. They got the Advent wreaths at Christmas.
I like those people.
They got the Lent
I like the people who get the fucking ashes and then they walk down the street and it's just like, would you wipe it off? It's like, I got it. You went to church. You're giving something up.
It is annoying.
Fucking moron.
It's just it's unnecessary.
I read this great article on www.organizedreligionisforshitheads.com. It's an actual site. No, I think anybody who's into organized religion, you're a moron. If you're going there and you're just listening to some fucking dude and it's like, they just sit there and they talk about the afterlife and what the fuck's gonna happen and they've never been dead. It's like, dude, well, why would you sit there and listen to that? That's like listening to a guy talk about what it's like to drive in the Indy 500 and, you know, he pulls up on a bicycle and he's 8.
Well, I mean, the biggest, you know, fucking, it's just amazing to me that, you know, like the Pope makes all the rules. And it's like, I get into arguments with my dad about this.
The hat and the robe and
I get into arguments with my dad about this where I go, why are you taking the order from the Pope? So you believe that homosexuality is a sin, but if the Pope came out tomorrow and said, it's not a sin anymore, you just go, okay, it's not a sin, all right, cool, let's get it on. You know, like, it's ridiculous. It's just, it's the most flawed.
Has anybody out there, let's give the phone number out one last time before we're going to go to the after party. Before we hit the after party, Danny,
after party.
Jesus Christ, man! I tried to give you the signal.
What is the? What would you give up for Lent if you were going to give something up? You had to cut something.
You don't have to give something up. A lot of people don't realize this. You can actually go to do something. Like you can do something positive for yourself. Everybody's that typical Catholic thing where it's like, I got to suffer. I got to give up, you know, this kind of food. I got to give up booze. I got to stop, you know, fingering my sister. You know, whatever. Just whatever's awful. I went for the joke.
Did you know that, you know, a lot of Catholics believe that you're not allowed to eat meat on Friday during Lent, and that's completely not true. There's nothing in the Bible anywhere about not being allowed to eat meat on Fridays.
Yeah, and I don't think that Jesus has a problem if you have a ham sandwich.
Yeah, and it's just not in the Bible.
Especially if your body is craving some sort of protein. I mean, that's what's going to send me to hell.
Somebody.
All the other horrific shit I did, but I confess that. But you forgot to bring up the fact that you had tuna on rye. Oh, fish I can do, right? I can do tuna. Is there anybody out there who's still like ultra religious who would actually listen to a show like this? I would commend you.
Nobody religious is listening.
Listen,
right
I brought up what you bring up for Lent is 0 phone calls.
I used to stay up with my mom during Lent when I lived at home when I was a kid, and my mom would make me not eat meat on Lent, on Fridays in Lent. We would literally stay up.
Hence the lack of trapeze.
Yeah, exactly. Before I bought my own place when I was 13, I lived at home. But no, we would stay up till midnight just so we could eat meat. And it's like, there it goes, the clock.
So would she start making meatloaf at around 10? Could you handle meat?
Yeah. We had a sausage thing. We started feeding the sausage into the casing. My dad was grilling it up.
Was there an old guy in the corner playing like a squeeze box? This really seems like old school Europe.
Yeah, my mom was throwing meatballs back and forth.
His sister's darning your stockings.
Yeah. We'll make a sauce.
You know what? This might be interesting for callers to call in. I'm looking for some sort of new religion, because I did, in a way, kind of like going to church, but it just seems like such bullshit. If I could just find a church where the dude was the guy would just come out, he's kind of dressed in street clothes, you got a couple of candles, okay, a little bit of a ceremony going on, but he just somehow just says, look, you know, I have no fucking idea what happens to you after you die, okay? You might go to this better place, you might get punished, or you might just go into the ground and make the dirt a little more fertile for some tulip, you know? But I think basically you're supposed to be a good person and don't be a dick, all right? That's it. And you don't got to hand out any money.
But that's not a church. That's exactly what you're doing right now already. Like, you don't need a church for that. Like,
yeah, but I'm insecure, so I need someone to reinforce that.
It's well, that's the whole, you know, the argument made. The argument made with faith. is that you got to stick to your guns and you have to have some sort of regimented rule book to follow.
I believe in a higher power, but I don't believe that higher power doesn't want me to go into the ground and just become fertilizer.
The older I get, the more I believe that when you die, you're just dead. And
what do you think of when you're just completely not existing? We got to talk about this next time.
It scares the shit out of me. It keeps me awake. I think we talked about this briefly last time. I have to go to sleep every night with the TV on, because if I don't, I lie there and think about what it'll be like to die, and I just get... And on that note, thanks for tuning in.
Joe, what are you going to be hyping? What do you got coming up?
Just go to myspace.com/Joe DeRosa for all my upcoming dates, and I know I'll be at the Laugh Factory next Friday and Saturday. Also, go to thenameisdeep.com. Thenameisdeep.com. Buy the Deep CD. Those guys are awesome. Support Bernard.
I'll be at Zany's in Chicago all next week. Thanks for listening to Uninformed. I want to see all you guys at the after party, baby.
I can't do both at the same time.
All right, guys. Good show, man.
Yeah, that really became a show, man.
This concludes Saturday Night Virus. Coming next week, it's the return of Black Phillip, starring... Fuck. I do this every fucking week! Fuck! Shit! This concludes Saturday Night Virus. Coming next week, it's the return of Black Phillip. The Black Phillip Show. Is it? Wait, is it?
It's the Black Phillip Show.
Oh. This concludes Saturday Night Virus. Coming next week, it's the return of the Black Phillip Show with Patrice O'Neill. It all happens next Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern on XM 202, The Virus.
Alright, well that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.